It's showtime. It is showtime. All right. So, title of the video, pretty obvious on what I want to talk about today. It'll be the first call-in show. So, after I give my reasons, do my little monologue, and then show you all some content, then I will do the call-in. I'm honestly hoping that we get some Dusties in here to argue with me, to be honest. But yeah, my video, What Stripping Taught Me About Men, it's still getting circulated. I still get comments daily on that video. And essentially, I just wanted to expound on some things in regards to the comments that were being left on the video, mostly in response to the men. Um, didn't really have many issues with women making comments. It was majorly the men, and the men seemed to have like a very, very large problem on what my findings were when it came to men. And essentially, they're even here and on TikTok when I kind of made the same video, they seem to always want to make this comment as though men in the strip club exist in a vacuum, and just seem to be very upset over the fact that um yeah, they're essentially oppressed in that type of environment, and we pretty much have them by the nuts in that environment, and that is the reason why they don't want us there. Because when you do decide to do like OnlyFans, or work in the strip club, and even like being a bottle girl, anything where pretty much men are paying you for having the female gaze, um they love it, and then at the same time they resent it. And so I do have a couple pieces of content to show you all. And please do not forget to like the live. Going ahead. Thank you, Vanna, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Going ahead and just going ahead, like the live, going ahead and put a thumbs up for me. Um, I only, when I turned 30, was like just for 1 year. That was the only year that I was like, oh, okay, like maybe I do want to be a wife, maybe I do want to have children. And then after I had after I was done being 30, I was like, no way, I'm never doing this. Like, I'm never fucking doing this. Okay. And there will be women who will ask me, like, well, how do I date when I'm a sex worker? How do I date when I am like doing this job or whatever? And I'm here to tell you, men are really not going to care that you do the job. I promise you. Like, literally in my whole entire lifetime, there's only been one guy that was like, oh, I don't want to get to know you more. They're really pissed off about the fact that I was in the work, or that I was doing the work while we were dating. So a lot of this shit that they talk on the internet, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's fake. They honestly really don't care at all. So I want to go on ahead and show you all this. So any woman that works in that industry understands that there is a demographic. The religious men and the conservative men are in the club. They're on OnlyFans. They are the ones taking in the sexuality of women the most out of any other type of man. Do not be fooled by these Christian toting, conservative, right men, Mormon men that they're gonna hold up the Bible, and they're gonna be feigning in the church, and they're gonna be at church every Sunday. Do not be fooled. These are the main men who are going to have you go 50-50, and the 50% that you're contributing, they're going to go spend that on another fucking woman. They're going to go spend that on OnlyFans, and run up your goddamn credit card, and pretty much drain y'all's joint bank account because he's spending the money on other women. So there is a content creator on YouTube called, his name is Caleb. I think Caleb Hans, I want to say. And he is a financial advisor, financial analyst, and he's gay. And essentially what he does is he brings couples onto his platform, and just single people too. And he pretty much dismantles their finances. And there are a lot of episodes where you will find that these Mormons who are married, okay, they're married, they have children, Looking at them, they seem like very great, wonderful, nice, God-fearing men. They're wearing the mask perfect. And then he uncovers their finances. And I want you to sit here and I want you to watch what he ends up uncovering with these men's finances. So let me go on ahead and show you guys.
OF! McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. OF!
That's my best friend.
OF!
That's my best friend.
Burger King.
Yep, that was me
Chick-fil-A.
eating out.
OF is your best friend with how many purchases?
not.
I agree.
OF! Why would I pay for that?
OF!
Okay, but why would I pay for that, Caleb?
Why would it be on the credit card of yours?
Because my
McDonald's,
best friend
of
had
course.
it.
Yes.
And he was
Grandview Country Store. OF!
Grandview
OF!
Country- okay.
OF! 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 We mixed it up and went to Express Amusement and Jail's Cause and Chick-fil-A and Arby's, but we're back, baby!
We
OF!
are. Yep,
Blue Jacketer. That's not the only thing that's being jacked on this statement.
Blue Jacketeer is a Navy app for me to study for my job.
Now, mind you, this man has what I call the trifecta. Okay, so there are pretty much three requirements, various requirements, but there are pretty much three requirements that a man will have to have for you to know that pretty much he's going to pay for a S worker. He's most likely going to be down low. And the trifecta is that he is very religious, like hyper religious. So this gentleman, he is a Mormon. Okay, he is a Mormon. So any man that's heavy into religion, that's the first thing. Second thing, any man that has served, he has served in any type of entity, the Navy, the Army, the Marines, etc., etc. That's another sign there that he most likely is going to pay for S workers, and also another sign that he most likely is going to be down low. Okay, this guy is he was in the Navy. Okay, he was in the Navy. And then essentially you combine those two, and then you add in any type of job where it will encourage for them to have high risk behaviors. They'll either be away from home or it'll be a very, very high stress job. So this guy is a truck driver. Okay, so that's the reason why they're dismantling his finances, because he spends a whole lot of money on fast food. And this is also where you're going to see your police officers, your firefighters, men that are in the laborers union. Okay, anything where these men have to anything where these men really have to be in high stress. And I'm telling you, the Navy, like literally the Navy is the Gavy. Like I'm telling you, the Navy is the Gavy. Please, like I'm not lying to y'all. And this guy has no problem lying about this. So he's claiming, mind you, he's married. He claims that the card in question that is being used for the OnlyFans transactions are by his friend, but yet his wife doesn't know about the usage of this card. And so he just tells his wife that, I'm just using the card for, he pretty much says that he hides the card from his wife because he spends so much money on food, and they're trying to cut down on how much fast food he's spending money on. And so, yeah, he's gatekeeping that, but is hiding the fact that his friend is using the best card to buy OnlyFans. So it's not him, essentially.
And then you studied what men's assholes look like on OF. McDonald's loves. Got some bullshit. Carl's Jr. McDonald's loves Hardee's. You do love those Hardee's, don't you?
I like Hardee's. Hardee's is good.
I know you do.
And Carl's Jr. and Chick-fil-A. I like eating out, and I have my reasons for it. Yes. Of course I do. In both ways.
What did he say?
I love
McDonald's stinker, eating out the stinker.
That's a gas station.
Winning got some BS. McDonald's, we're back, baby. OF. Got some BS stinker McDonald's.
I was pretty upset when I saw that because I know my friend. My friend shouldn't have been spending that much, and he did, and I'm upset. But he said he'd pay me back. So
$238.86 of our friends. Oh,
and he's paying that back as soon as he gets his tax return. Soon. I don't know exactly when, but probably about that time.
It's tax debt OF.
So this man is married with children and spent $240 on another woman. And I can't believe that there are women out here who will constantly shame women for being S workers or constantly shame women for wanting to get their sprinkle on or wanting to use men for money. The thing about it is that women don't need to use men for money. The men are just giving the shit out. They're giving the shit out and they're getting the money from their wives. They literally have disposable income from their wives to give money to other women. Like, seriously, men look at money the way that women look at food when they cook the food. When women cook food, a lot of the time, if you're going to cook for if you make a lot of food, you're going to make a lot of food to give it away to other people because it's a very nurturing part of us. It's a very motherly, very giving thing with us. That is how men are with money. You are on the losing side if you really think that marrying these men is going to benefit you, especially if you're going 50-50 with a man and you all don't have especially if y'all been married for like 10 plus years, if you've been going 50-50 for a man for 10 plus years and y'all don't have a rental property, y'all are not renting out a luxury vehicle, you all do not have a timeshare, you all cannot spend 2 to 3 weeks at a time on vacation, anywhere between 3 to 4 times a year. The money is going to another woman. I can guarantee you that. I promise you that. I can fucking promise you that the money is going to another woman and it's going to a S worker. I promise you.
And he doesn't have access to the card anymore because his phone blew up, so he doesn't have that credit card information.
Oh, his phone blew up, so we can't call him?
Well, no. He got a new phone but lost the credit card that was attached to it, so he doesn't have that anymore. We're good. So he doesn't have that. So now the only purchase that should be on my credit card are fast food.
Wife, I think you have an interesting conversation to have. Oh, wait. I think we're calling her later in this episode.
So he actually did end up calling the wife, and the wife pretty much confirmed what it is that I'm already telling you guys, the fact that he's a fucking liar. I gotta cut my phone off. That he's a liar. That he's a liar. Sorry. The wife pretty much said that he is a repeated liar. All he does is lie. All he does is try to come up with these ridiculous stories to try to uncover his tracks. So for me, okay, for me personally, one of the reasons why I would much rather just deal with men on a superficial level and use you don't even have to be an S worker. You could just use your sexuality. I much rather use my sexuality for the rest of my life to get my needs met by men than to ever lock myself down with one man. And society does this on purpose to make women believe that your ultimate achievement is being a wife. And the reason why is because they pretty much create a story for women to think that when you become a wife, you have reached the pinnacle. You have reached the pinnacle of your life. When you are a wife, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be so fulfilled. He's going to put your glass slipper on. You know, he's going to make sure that everything is taken care of. You get to live the soft life. You get to do everything it is that you want to do, you know, in order to be with this man. And so women will literally go as far as to abandon their sexuality, abandon their true nature, could contort themselves and do all of these things to impress one man. And then guess what? Now you're only down to one income. And then what happens if that man decides that he doesn't want to give you his income anymore? What if that man decides that he doesn't want to work anymore, and now he doesn't feel like bringing in any money, and so now you're the sole provider? So you signed up to be a wife, and you signed up to be a protector and a provider now as a wife. And this belief that you being married is going to give you security, it's going to give you love, when in reality, it's a lifetime subscription to fucking stress, unpaid labor, and pretty much being taken for granted. Because see, the thing about it is this, the wife, this is also why you have women who are proud side chicks. You have women out here who are proud side chicks, because guess what? The side chick is getting money from this guy. The side chick is getting the expensive dinner. She's getting bags. She's getting vacations. She's getting trips. Guess who doesn't have to clean his dirty drawers at night? Guess who doesn't have to hear him bitch and complain about his job when he comes home from work? Guess who doesn't have to bicker over, can you watch your own children? Your own goddamn children for 2 hours while I go to the gym and work out? And then we'll literally look at you funny because you're cooking, cleaning, working, going 50-50, and then look at you funny and wonder why your ass isn't snatched back 6 months postpartum. And there's women out here who are like, but I got the ring. Okay, and that's all you have. You don't have any dignity. You don't have any respect. You don't have any security. You have nothing. You literally have nothing. So the wife is doing all the housework. And the thing about it is that women's income, statistically, women's income drops 41% after divorce, while men's goes up. So all this bullshit on the internet, when men are sitting here saying, oh, well, this is why we don't want to get married. And we don't want to get married because all these women, they just want our money. You know, they just gold diggers. Okay, women are gold digging for 60,000 fucking funky ass dollars annually. That's what we're over here gold digging for. Like, you can't be for real. You absolutely can't be for real. I literally can't make this stuff up. Literally can't make this stuff up. So let me also show you what the wife gets when she's dealing with a man. And, you know, she's wifey, you know, she's got her boo thing and, you know, yada, yada, yada. Let me show you what that gets you when you deal with these men and you actually believe that you have them 100% and you have all his finances, you have all his loyalty. Let's take a look at what this looks like.
Why there are multiple charges?
Wait, I don't know what happened here.
And multiple charges on our joint account to OnlyFans. Do you want to explain?
The weirdest thing happened today. I was in IKEA shopping, getting some furniture. Get to the till, waited for ages. Go to pay, card declines. This is so embarrassing in front of everyone. And I'm like, oh, I swear there's money in the account, like blah, blah, blah. Like, honestly, everything's fine. So I'm like, what? Had to leave everything. It was so embarrassing. Get home and then I look and see that I've got an email from the bank and it said that something about like my card being declined, fraudulent activity, multiple transactions, something anyway. So I call up the bank and I'm like, hey, can you send me a statement, please? So I can just like see what's going on. Get it through. Multiple, and I mean multiple, like this looks like a joke. Multiple transactions to OnlyFans. What on earth is going on? Because
look at that shit. Look at that shit. And this is what I find so funny. Anyone that has ever done OnlyFans, this is what cracks me up. OnlyFans protects the S worker before they protect the consumer. Because see, when you get paid, because I did OnlyFans, when you get paid from OnlyFans, they don't send it as OnlyFans. They don't send the payment as OnlyFans. So even OnlyFans wants these fucking men to get caught up. Because when you're a creator, they don't send the payment as OF. Even your tax documents don't say OF on it. And if you worked in the club, if you worked in the strip club, there are literally strip clubs where they have it set in the ATM machine or whatever, where it's like a code name. That way, when the women look at your transactions, they won't know that they're actually at the strip club. OnlyFans doesn't even give a shit. OnlyFans doesn't have a care in the world about trying to protect these men or not. That's what makes it even funnier.
That's not me, and it's in our joint account. Something you want to tell me?
No.
Something you've been up to recently that you've not told me about, maybe? Did you hear what happened to me in IKEA? No, yeah. Card got declined.
Oh, right.
Suspicious activity on the account. Does that ring a bell?
Have you called the bank?
Yeah.
All right, what did they say?
Well, I was hoping you were going to tell me. You were going to be honest with me. Why are there multiple charges on our joint account that we have together?
And they're not married. She said that's her boyfriend. So they have a joint account. Like, ladies, y'all keep drinking the Kool-Aid with these men. Y'all keep drinking the Kool-Aid thinking that if you live under his roof, if you share a bank account with him, if you have his baby, two become one. Two do not become one. Okay, that equation that women are trying to fucking have when it comes to men making 1 + 1 = 2, it's never going to fucking equal 2. Men aren't looking at it that way. Men are looking at it like, oh, well, I have a joint bank account. And so now I could take her money, and then her not even realize it. This is why I do not agree. This is why I do not agree with women having a shared bank account with a man. Never. You should never have a joint bank account with a man. Men are financially irresponsible. Statistically, women have higher debt from education. We have higher debt because we tend to go to college more often. Men have more consumer debt. So they're going to sit here and shame women. Oh, well, you have all that debt from college. They have debt, OnlyFans, strip club, taking other women out to eat, the fucking car that they can barely afford, the bike that they have, their fucking fake ass jewelry. And then are going to sit here and try to shame women. Oh, well, I don't want to deal with a woman that's not financially responsible, and we're going to have to get a prenup, and we're, I can't marry you until our finances are together, until I get my monies right. Meanwhile, having a joint bank account and using your monies to spend it on other women. This is so common. Any women that work or worked in the industry, hell, even women that are side chicks, no, or have been a side chicks, no. The men that are going to spend the most on you are fucking married men. It's always going to be married men, and 9 times out of 10, they have that disposable income because it's the wife's income that they're spending. They don't have disposable income because they have a side hustle, a business, a craft, a hobby that they're making money from. They have disposable income because they're using her income.
Only, do you want to explain? I'm giving you free reign here.
Yeah, it's clearly someone's hacked the account. Check your spam. Might have had a data leak somewhere. There's loads going about in a minute.
So it's not you?
No. Clearly just been brought up in my name or something.
Same lie. Didn't the other guy say the same thing? It's like that Shaggy song. It wasn't me. That's why he made that song. I will just deflect the blame and blame it on someone else. It wasn't me. Casper the ghost went and took my credit card, and he wanted to see ghost pussy, and so I guess that's where those charges are coming from. That they'll say anything. They literally will say anything.
Like that.
Stop, just tell me.
Or something.
I've got proof.
Right, I'm all right then. What so-called proof is this then?
Emails from multiple accounts that you subscribe to. Steve, just tell me the truth.
All right. Might have been on it.
Am I not good enough for you?
Well, what's wrong with that?
We've been together for 3 years.
Right.
We're saving for a house.
You hear that? Joint account saving for a house. Joint account saving for a house. And he's spending the money on fucking OnlyFans girls.
What is it?
Why are you on OnlyFans when you've got a girlfriend?
People watch all the time.
That's not corn. That's not corn. And this is the reason why the men get so pissed off. The men with small peepees with little shrimp dicks, they get so pissed off when they watch that video where I talk about what stripping taught me about men. They get so angry because they know that I'm right. Because at the end of the day, ladies, you're never going to be enough for a man. You're not. You're not ever going to be enough for a man. Men don't get any attention. Men are invisible. Men have a very low self-esteem. And then men will sit here and try to leverage and say, oh, well, it's corn and corn is free. They get a parasocial relationship. Corn, they're just watching the shit. They're just watching it. So they can only imagine, how this girl's voice sounds, what type of personality she has, what her hobbies are. They're not just buying that shit and just looking at it like they would corn. No, they're not. That's the reason why there's management teams for this shit. There's management teams for this shit because women cannot sit here and make the content and then message all these guys back. That's how addicted these men are to having a parasocial relationship with these women. They literally are getting an emotional attachment, an emotional bond that they are paying for. And now this poor woman is looking at herself like she's crazy. Now she's questioning her worth, her self-esteem, her value. This is why I teach you all male nature and what it really is about. That way, you're not going to sit here and be crying, boo-hooing. You can just take your L and be like, well, men don't get any play. Men are validation starved. Men don't get any attention. And so they have to pay for attention. Men are lowlives. Men are not the value. No one's thinking about them. No one's caring about them. No one's wanting them. That's the reason why they have to pay for this shit. Because it's not that what you're giving is not enough. It's that their level is so fucking low that they are insatiable. One of my fans got mad at me this morning because he video called me while I was sleeping. And that's the reason why I got the fuck off of that shit. That's the reason why I quit OnlyFans. Ladies, when I tell you, these men literally want you to respond 2 seconds. They want you to respond 2 fucking seconds, 365, 247, as if you don't have a life of your own, as if you don't eat, as if you don't sleep, as if you don't work out, as if you don't have friends that you hang out with. I had a man called into the cable company when I used to work. They're saying that Ghost ordered corn on his DVR, and that's why he had a high cable bill, and he wanted me to credit those charges. I mean, absolutely, like crazy. They're literally giving the excuse that a ghost took their goddamn card and wanted to get on OnlyFans or wanted to watch corn or whatever thing it was. And this is a big issue. There's another video that we're going to watch talking about how big of an issue it is, and that in this day and age, you either don't deal with men or you only get money from men. Whatever way it is that you plan to get money from them, that's it. You don't deal with them for love. You don't deal with them for connection. You don't deal with them because you want to have a baby by them. No, this Instagram, the OnlyFans, the corn, it's fucking wrecking their brains. It's ruining their brains. And they're going to sit here all day and say, well, women's body count. Women's body count is the reason why you can't pair bond. Okay, all this shit is the reason why they can't pair bond with us. Having access to this many different women, having access to seeing women on multiple different platforms, different sizes, hair colors, body shapes, eye color, They can't even differentiate the difference between an AI celebrity and a real celebrity. I remember when there was an AI generated photo of Jennifer Lopez and she was in like this yellow outfit and men were sharing it all over the goddamn place. And I'm like, do you not realize that you're sharing a fucking fake photo? Like your brain supply, the blood supply to your brain is fucking completely cut off, that it's only going to your dick, that you're literally getting turned on by a fake AI Jennifer Lopez. It's like something is wrong with these men. Like something's wrong with them.
Some studies that show, for example, that men who are exposed repeatedly to images like the ones you describe on Instagram, repeatedly exposed to images of attractive and sexually attractive women, decrease their commitment to their regular partner if they're in a regular mateship.
And this is why every woman who has the suspicion or feels uncomfortable when she getting on Instagram and she sees that he's liking IG models and all of these women that look nothing like her, these women have every goddamn reason to feel uncomfortable and to feel some type of way.
And so it actually has the effect of undermining long-term committed relationships. It also, I think, gives people the illusion that sometimes it's called, if you talk about single people, it's called decision paralysis, where, like they show this in stores, like where if you present 6 jams and say you taste 6 jams and people go, oh, I like this one, they buy a jar of jam. Present 24 samples of jams, people go, I can't decide, I'm not going to buy anything. And I think a similar thing is happening in the mating domain, is where people see these thousands or millions of potential mates out there, or think that they're potential mates out there. And I think it's caused a decrease in committed relationships. And we know, I can't definitively trace it to that, but we know very certainly that there has been a diminution of relationships, romantic relationships, marriage, offspring production, where a lot of people are sitting in front of their screen, getting presumably some of their needs met through these online forums rather than in real life. And I think that these are likely to have fairly detrimental and possibly catastrophic effects long term.
But they're obsessed with bringing up body count for women as if they are not impacted by this shit. And men try to downplay it all the time. It's just a picture. It's not that big of a deal. I love you. You're the only one for me. Oh my God, you're making a big deal. No. Unless you're on the receiving side, unless they're liking your shit, putting money in your bank account, you don't ever put up with this shit. As soon as you see a man liking this shit on Instagram, he's constantly watching porn, he's constantly on OnlyFans, you get rid of his ass. You dump his ass. Because you're going to be in competition constantly in his head, mentally, physically, emotionally, with women that you cannot compare to. And it's not your fault that you can't compare to them. They're the problem. Something's wrong with them. It's not you.
Because even things like, from a male perspective, what it means if you're spending all your time in front of a computer screen looking at Instagram photos of women with butts in the air or pornography, you're not out there interacting with real women in real life.
This is the reason why those singles events, have y'all seen the content where women are pretty much saying that men are not at these singles events? So there'll be these singles events on Eventbrite that you can sign up to go to. And historically, whenever these singles events happen, it's majority women. It's damn near all women that are at the events. These men are so goddamn fried in the brain by what they're taking in on their phone that they can't even get stimulated by real life women. Then on top of that, they're socially fucking awkward. So they feel more comfortable behind a screen in being able to pay money to talk to a woman. Do you understand? Do you understand how socially regressive you have to be as a man, that the only way that you could talk to a woman is through your phone or through the computer, and you have to pay money to talk to her? And this is a woman that you will never touch, you will never see, you will never fuck, you will never ever be able to hold hands with, never be able to marry. And then at the same time, we'll shame the women for doing the work. Who's more pathetic? Who's more pathetic? Thank you. Who's more pathetic? You literally have to pay money for a woman to give attention to you. And the closest that you can ever get to these type of women is through your phone. Mentally, it's not clicking. Something's wrong with you.
And so you're not developing the kinds of social skills you need to attract a real woman in real life. And then also, I think the other thing that this creates is different forms of anxiety. So we know, for example, that a lot of men suffer from dating anxiety. That is, they fear rejection, and so they don't want to approach women. And so
I literally just had a conversation. I think I just talked about it. I think I literally just talked about it on the live before last. The guy that I deal with, I'm like, he's like, oh, well, I don't chase. And I'm like, okay, what is your definition of chasing? Like, what does chasing look like to you? And he was like, well, honestly, he's like, if I'm like out at a bar or something, I'm just not going to approach the woman. And I said, okay, no, let's keep the Dusties in the chat, because don't forget, this is a call-in show. So I'm going to let people call in. We're going to be able to have discourse. We're going to be able to go back and forth, because it's my first time doing a call-in show. So let the Dusties be in here. Let the Dusties be in here and let them embarrass themselves if that's what they want to do. So I asked him, I said, so if you're at a bar and you see a woman who you're attracted to, you're not going to talk to her. And he's like, no, I'm not going to talk to her if I'm attracted to her. And I said, why is that? I said, is it because you're afraid of rejection? And he was like, yeah, it's because I'm afraid of rejection. I don't really want to have to get rejected. And not only that, he's short. He's short. I don't care that he's short, but he's short. He's like 5'5", 5'6". He's a short dude. And so he's like, well, I'm short. And he was like, the standards that women have are just way, way, way too high. Because see, men always think that they have to be the end result. Men's egos are so big that they literally feel as though the equation of women ends with man. And they're quickly finding out women are all or nothing at this point. We are all or nothing. If you don't give us, it's like a job, right? It's like a job. If you have a master's degree in neuroscience, no, let's say you have a master's, you have a master's, you're an engineer, right? Does an engineer, after getting laid off, really want to work at McDonald's just to say that they have a job? No. You worked hard for your degree. You've earned the work. You've earned the money that you've been making working. And you have a certain lifestyle that you've created for yourself based off of the job that you have. There are more people who would be willing to go flat fucking broke because they work so hard to get a degree, gain an education. They're making six figures. They're doing well for themselves. They rather go flat broke than to ever fry a burger, flip fries, use a damn mop and broom. And this is what men don't understand. This is what men don't get. Y'all are the McDonald's job. Y'all are the janitorial job. The life that we give ourselves is the fucking neuroscience, the doctor, the lawyer. We're not going to give that up just to say, well, I mean, I don't have it anymore. I don't have my lawyer job anymore, but I need some money. No. And then wonder why no one wants to deal with you all. And then sit here and literally question when you come on here, you talk nothing but shit. You sound very uneducated. You use the same talking points over and over and over. No original thought. Look at them. Imagine being the janitor job and you still can't get it, but yet you're on my platform. You're the janitor job that no one wants. Don't you get it? No one's even looking up, typing in a janitor job. No one's even thinking about, oh, I want to become a janitor today. In order for us to get it, we would have to want it. We don't want it.
Actually, is the narcissists and the psychopaths who don't fear any rejection. They boldly go. But a lot of men do have, what I would call dating anxiety. And so they get intimidated by women. And then furthermore, even in this.
Now, I have one more story type of thing. And then we'll start taking the call-ins. Okay, we'll start taking the call-ins. So I was on YouTube and they're not a couple anymore, but there were these two content creators. That were a couple, Kendall and Luke. And Kendall used to be an OnlyFans model, right? She was making very good money off of OnlyFans. She met Luke, and once again, he fits the profile. He's a Christian man, very religious. And so I'll let her tell you. So there's a podcast that now granted, she did a rebrand multiple times being with this man. And this is the reason why I tell you, ladies, do what the fuck you want. Do what the fuck you want. Because giving up anything, doing the things you don't want to do is not going to guarantee that a man is going to stay with you forever. It's not going to guarantee that he's not going to cheat on you. It's not going to guarantee that he's going to provide for you and keep providing for you. Do what you want to do. Live your life as if you're never going to get married, as if you're never going to find your Prince Charming, as if you're never going to find love from a man. That way, you won't be looking back at everything that you gave up, everything that you sacrificed in regret because you thought that doing it was going to give you the outcome that you wanted. Because I guarantee you, it's not going to. You're not going to get the outcome that you want in most cases. And then they wonder why women are leaving 70% of the time. And then ask us why we can't keep a man. They can't keep a woman. The women are leaving. Men have a 30% success rate of keeping a woman. And then literally are asking women, why can't you keep a man? Makes no sense. Makes zero sense. It's the constant, I don't want to take accountability. It's the woman's fault because she's not going to endure my abuse. She's not going to endure my disrespect. She's not going to endure my financial instability. She's not going to endure my cheating. So Kendall and Luke were together. Christian Luke met OnlyFans Kendall, felt some way about her doing OnlyFans. She gives up OnlyFans, becomes a content creator as a stay-at-home girlfriend, gives up everything, literally everything to be with this man, just for him to break up with her. And then she goes back and thinking in regret, how she has nothing, no car, no nothing, and gave up everything. And now she has to put the pieces together because she liked OnlyFans. She liked having to harness her sexuality and use her sexuality. She liked it. Everything ain't for everybody. I'm not saying, okay, go be an S worker tomorrow. I'm not saying that, but I feel like this. As a woman, you should be dealing with a man in only two realms. Not at all. So don't deal with their asses at all. Or if or if there is a 100% clear benefit that you want and you can get from them. Most often money. And for a lot older women, when these men can't keep up in bed, they have ED, they're having Viagra, they're 2-pump chumps. For a lot of older women, that's also sex if they can't have both and money. But whatever benefit it is that you want from a man, that's it. All right, so this is the podcast. So we're gonna listen to what she says.
You know, like,
I do know.
I don't have a car anymore. I don't have health insurance
same.
here. I don't have anything here.
No, you gave up everything for him. Okay, can you tell me about the call?
I mean, it all goes back to OnlyFans. I mean, his whole family's like Christian. Like, his dad's super Christian. His mom's Christian. His brother Jackson is like really Christian. So like, of course, like Luke has like some Christian like morals. Basically, he just should have never pursued an OnlyFans girl.
Thank you. You knowing that you are a Christian man and you have certain values, why are you going after a woman that does not have shared values? As a Christian man, why are you dealing with a woman who is doing OnlyFans? At the end of the day, this morality bullshit that men spew, it's all fake. It's all fake. Males are the most immoral people walking around. Males are literally the most immoral humans walking around. As a matter of fact, they really shouldn't even be given the title of humans. They're actually the most immoral animals around. Because they're animals. They don't even deserve the title of humans with how they act. Men do this. These men who are immoral and who try to use faith and Christianity and this upstanding morality essentially as a mask to mask their horrible behavior. They want to go after the OnlyFans girl to see how much power they can dominate. To see, how much can I have her validate me by giving up herself, by stripping away parts of herself. Because men get no attention. Men are not self-validated. Most men are ugly. And it cracks me up because one thing I say all the time about Pop the Balloon. I say all the time about Pop the Balloon. All Pop the Balloon is, it's just a real life simulation of dating apps. Preferably for men. It is a real life simulation of dating apps. Men do so poorly on dating apps because they are on a platform that is disadvantage. It's disadvantageous to them. Because men are not valued for their beauty. Why are y'all men on an app that is going against you? They claim that they know women. They claim that they understand women. But you're literally on an app that is judging you only from your physicality, and you think that most women are attractive to us. And then not only that, then get mad and say, "Oh, well, the same women like the top 20, like the same top 20% men." That's called natural selection. So men say all the time, "Oh, well, it's a biological creation for a woman to have a child. That's your role. That's your role to be able to create life." And it's your role to be a high performing male to let your genes be passed along. Patriarchy has lied to y'all, promising y'all a wife. Promising y'all, I'll meet someone and I'll be able to get her, have my last name and then have my babies. Y'all were lied to. Y'all want to make everything biological aside from you having to step up and do what the fuck you're supposed to do to actually be worthy. And then as the generations go along, the men are getting uglier and uglier and uglier, sassier and sassier and sassier, Because even nature is trying to turn y'all off of them asses. Even nature is trying to tell you, no, the gene pool is tainted. This is what happens when you live in a patriarchal system. This is why we got all these morons running around here. Why we got a country here in the United States reading at a 6th grade level. Because too many Dusties were allowed to procreate. Too many Dusties were allowed to sit here and shoot their seed all over the goddamn place. And then sit here and wonder why no one wants to deal with you. Like, come on, make it make sense. And yes, I'll be honest, if it were me and I knew I was having a male, I would. If I was a dictator, if I was running a country, I would do it just like China did in reverse. Because you see what's happening in China, they got to ship women over for them to procreate because y'all aren't the value. Y'all can't give life. It needs to be way fewer of y'all. It needs to be a population reduction of men drastically. It's too many of y'all. You're constantly in jail, committing crimes, scamming, domestic violence. Like, no, it needs to be less of you. If it were up to me, I would do the fucking one child rule for only have girls be here.
His morals were so misaligned with mine, and I'm still okay with it. Everything in the sex work industry, I'm such an open-minded person. I don't have any judgment or negative feelings about that, and I don't regret anything. And he's like mad at me that I don't regret it. He's mad that I don't have the same mindset that he does about it.
He thinks that you should be like, fuck, I wish I never did OnlyFans.
Yes, he thinks that
that was so
OnlyFans is like demonic. He literally has been using those words.
That's a heavy word.
Demonic. And that when we met, because we met through the same person, which was my OnlyFans manager, a demonic dark energy.
So he's a Christian man dealing with an OnlyFans girl, and he meets the OnlyFans girl through her manager. This is why I say all the time, men are full of shit. Men are full of shit. Demonic? So you're going to sleep with a woman who's demonic? You're going to deal with a man, you're going to deal with a woman who you consider demonic?
And that's why we got together, because we were like, through trauma, we were tied together. Like, these are his words, all like religious stuff.
And look at what Melissa wrote in the chat. Well, John's never getting attention again because he spams my comments. I don't even think he's subscribed. He spammed my fucking comments yesterday. And then saying that he reported my page, he'll never be able to comment on this page ever again. He's banned.
Like, stuff he's talking about.
Like, which you just aren't aligned with either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a spiritual person, but I'm not religious.
I know, they're different.
Religious is like, believes in like
the devil.
The devil, and like that there's like something afterwards, and that he doesn't want to get dragged into this like devilish energy. And he said that he felt like the whole time we were together he was fighting demons. This is just his perspective. I'm just saying everything that he says, because when he was on the phone, I just let him talk. Like, I did not want to break up. Like, I don't have anything negative to say. Like, I could OnlyFans for him. I made that decision. And like, now we're good. At least that's my perspective,
yeah,
right?
Like,
but he's not like that.
Can't
like,
let it go.
I was an OnlyFans girl, even though I quit. That was such a big part of my life that made me happy. Like, I love doing photo shoots. I love like wearing tiny outfits. I love feeling sexy. I love using my body as art. Even if I'm not doing OnlyFans, like, I'm still doing those things. I've been like meeting with my therapist, trying to like find happiness again, and like one of the things I've been doing is getting back into doing photo shoots and Luke does not like that. And what that drew the line was like that photo of me in a red bikini. This photo
was something changed.
Oh, I archived it. Here, let me unarchive it.
You archived it?
Only because it didn't look good on my feed right now. Oh. I'm like not gonna.
I'm laughing
because it's red and red doesn't really look good on my feed. No, because I love the photos.
Oh my gosh,
but they're so
I love
like
them.
sexy because I have under boob, like I'm having fun. I've got like headphones on, like they're very playful. That was the day that he texted me like I'm not doing well, like I need to have a talk. That photo shoot was taken at our villa in Bali, and I paid for that photo shoot because that's how much I love creating content. I paid a guy.
The girl clearly likes the girl clearly likes being on OnlyFans. The girl clearly likes being able to do this. I put the link in the chat. The only thing is that I'm trying to figure out how I can get a hold of people if they decide to join the stream. Oh no, you're getting banned. You're not going to sit here and call me a terrorist. You're crazy. But I put it in the chat and I started and I put it here. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how this works because I've never done it before. But some Dusty said, Queen, you give smart takes, but you are too negative. There's a lot of men who do good, but you ignore that. I don't give a fuck about the men that do good. You're on the wrong channel. If you want me to sit here and go kumbaya and give flowers to 0.00001% of the male population, get off my channel. Get off of my channel because I'm not ever going to do it. I'm not going to sit here and misguide women and tell women, oh, well, you should change everything about yourself. You should do this and do that and do that to be able to attract 0.00001% of the male population. That's fucking stupid. Would you get on a plane if I told you you have a 0.00001% chance of surviving? No. So I'm not going to sit here and tell women to focus on the very, very small exception of men to make you all feel comfortable. Get off the channel if you don't like it. The only thing is that I can't make you a mod from StreamYard. I can't make you I can't make you a moderator from StreamYard. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Okay. Did anyone try the link? Did anyone try the link for the invite? Because I don't know if it's working or not. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, give me 2 seconds, y'all. Okay, yeah, it should be able to let you guys do it. So, I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting me. I am hollering. I don't think that person understands the meaning of the word chow. I don't know. I don't know. I think John is probably just obsessed. Honestly, I really do. I think John is just probably obsessed with me at this point. Yeah, that has to be it. Which I don't blame him. I would be obsessed with me too. I'm smart, I'm pretty. I have my life together. He keeps talking about makeup and yet I have on no makeup. John's probably upset because he rolls over at night with his wife and his wife don't want to give him none. he probably got his little you know, mating call that he does and it's not working. Yeah, I don't have on any makeup. None. Not literally no makeup. Not a speckle, not nothing. That's why I gave you guys my skincare routine earlier on if you look over on the community tab over on here, I posted my morning skincare routine. Like I said before, men who want women to focus on the very small percentage of men that are doing right, they want to be able to benefit from patriarchy. They want to be able to benefit from patriarchy because you see this, if men really cared about the small amount of good men out there, y'all would be holding other men accountable to become good people. But you all don't want to do that. And the reason why you all don't want to do that is because it keeps the bar very low. See, when men are out here literally women constantly, okay, when men commit most murders, when men commit the most amount of DV, that means that for a lot of women, they're going into a relationship just hoping, I hope this man doesn't kill me. That's honestly a lot of that's honestly the top priority that a woman has in her head when she is dealing with a man. I hope this man doesn't take my life. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Jenna. Hi, Queen. You look beautiful. Off topic, you'd love the hyper vitamin C serum. I'm an SC. Well, girl, send me the link, child. Send me the link. Thank you. I appreciate it. Most of the time, women want to make sure the man doesn't take my life, the man doesn't R-word me. Those are literally the two things that women care the most about. So, one thing that a lot of men do not understand is that men will wonder why no one wants to sleep with him. Men will sit here and wonder all day, why doesn't a woman want to sleep with me? Why can't I get no punani? It's probably because you don't know how to make a woman feel comfortable. You're giving Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, you're giving weirdo vibes. You're giving you're giving creeper vibes. And so what happens is that when women deal with this is why the nice guy is a very good play for men to use, because nice guy to a woman just means he won't take my life. He won't take my life and he won't R-word me. And they want you to give them, yay. Oh my God, yes. I met a man who's not going to take my life or assault me. Oh my God, yes. Hallelujah. And it's like, no. Do you understand how animalistic you all as a species is? For that to literally be the bar is in hell because of how animalistic men are. So women can't afford to focus on the 0.0001% because our lives are at risk. It literally is a matter of life and death depending on what man you deal with. And I don't understand why people don't want to believe that. People don't want to take that into account. People think that this shit is just a game. People just think that this shit is a game. And then people will come at you and be like, well, how dare you play the lottery and not win? Because that's how it is dealing with men. How dare you play the lottery and not fucking win the lottery? This is what men are pretty much telling you when they tell you to choose better. Exactly. One of my friends just literally said this yesterday. I just hope my husband doesn't abuse me. That just make a good husband. Do you know how fucking crazy that sounds? Do you know how absolutely insane that sounds? Nice guy is a mask they use. The nice guy will still take you out. It's all an act. Exactly. That's why Gabby Petito is no longer here. She had the nice guy boyfriend. The nice guy boyfriend, oh, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Oh, he's so nice. Motherfucker was controlling, and look what he did to her. And once again, modern philosopher, you're thinking like a man. Thank you, DJ, for the super sticker. Appreciate you. You're thinking like a man. Only men think in hierarchies. Only men think in hierarchies. Oh, because I'm saying what I'm saying, women are better. I never not once said that. I never not once said that women are better than men. Never not once. Y'all are animals. What do animals do to one another? What do animals do to one another? They harm other animals to eat them for prey. And then they mate with women. That's all y'all do. Mate with women and then take out other people. Exactly. It's embedded in their DNA. It's scary out here. Why do y'all think y'all are giving all that goddamn testosterone? Y'all are not given testosterone to be loving, kind, nurturing people. Y'all have so much testosterone for physicality, for physical reasons, that of which y'all use to take out other people and harm other people. Well, I'll say it. Women are definitely better and more disciplined and interested in being good people. 100%. And this is why we need a matriarchy. Because even a matriarchy would never exist. A matriarchy would never have a hierarchy within it. Men rely on hierarchies because men have no inherent worth. So in order for men to have any worth, in order for men to have any value, they have to create hierarchies amongst race, amongst gender, amongst disabilities, amongst color shade, amongst classes. This is what men rely on, hierarchies. I cannot believe that I have someone so obsessed with me that they literally make multiple accounts to like be on here. Like, I can't believe it. Like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Hygiene is in shambles. Disgusting. Exactly. They want to put your mouth on you and they haven't went to the dentist in 10 years. I know, right? King Sovereign. I'm hollering. Not him wanting to be my king. John, you want to be my king? You want to be my king? Actually, no. There are literally no good applications of testosterone. And anyone that understands testosterone understands that. The level of testosterone has dropped by 50% the last like 20 or 30 years. And the reason why is that they purposely suppress the testosterone in men to make you all weaker, to make you all submit easier. And y'all are doing a great job at it. Y'all are submissive as hell. Y'all are sassy as hell. If y'all had natural levels of testosterone, y'all wouldn't be allowing the shit that you all have been allowing. Point blank, period. That's why That's why they've worked so hard to suppress the testosterone in men. Why do you think they got these TRT clinics all the way? I did bodybuilding, so there's nothing you could tell me about testosterone that I don't know. I am a connoisseur. I'm a connoisseur on the education of testosterone. I know it in and out. And men are clinging on to anything. This is why they don't like the LGBTQ community. This is why they don't like the LGBT community, because it's another hierarchy. It's another hierarchy that they get to create. Oh, well, you're not a real man and you're not a real woman, and so I'm going to punch down on you. You have a dick and you're still not a real man. You got the testosterone, you still not a real man. They get in it artificially and they more of a man than y'all. Right, the sassy man apocalypse. They're like, literally, these men are happy slaves, happy servants, happy bootlickers. They're so happy to be a slave. And that's the reason. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why they're getting on here, because they want sassy lessons. They're trying to pick up on my personality. I put the link in. It must be something wrong with the event link. It must be something wrong with the event link, because I don't know, it's not working. And I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone in the guest room. But I think you're banned anyway. I think you're banned anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's probably something that I have to upgrade to. Men literally believe they are a prize nowadays. Saw one content creator advising men on how to become high value and be the prize. They're never going to be the prize. Men are never going to be the prize. What prize do men possess? Like, men will say they are the prize and then never give any discourse or reasoning as to why or how they are the prize. I don't understand. I don't get it. Men are finally leaving women behind. And it's like, can y'all go? Can y'all go far, far away, please? Can we put y'all on a peninsula? You get it? Peninsula. Can we put all the men on a peninsula and get them the hell away from us? What is the definition of prize for a woman? If you actually have to ask that question, I don't think you're heterosexual. I literally don't think you're heterosexual. For you to fix your fingers to type such a question, you don't like women. You don't. A man that doesn't know the value of a woman, you shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't be dating anyone. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Came and see a whole nigga everything. Hold on. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Hey, is this shit on? No way.
Yes. What would you like?
Hello? Wait, nah, this can't be real. What's up?
What do you want, John? What do you have to say?
What do you want, John? What do you have to say to the phone? Nah, hey, I'm gonna let you, because you providing the channel. Nah, you got your whole channel and everything set up. You think you better than a real nigga? Stop playing with me. So now you lead. I'm gonna let the woman lead. You lead. What's up? What you don't like about what you see? What you don't like about what you see?
Why aren't you inside of a house?
Why aren't you inside of a house?
Because I'm echoing.
So you got a problem with me being outside? Because I'm outside on these streets? Wait. I'm outside on these streets, right? And the first thing you come at is why I ain't got a house. Because I'm a street nigga, that's why.
Oh, see.
Why you closed off? Huh? You can't even be real with yourself. You can't even step outside with your game. I can.
Where are you from? New York?
Don't worry about where I'm from, baby. Just worry about where I'm gonna be at. You deleted all my comments, right? But I gave you my number. You ain't hit it up. And you know what? Since you can't take the lead, right? You can't take the lead. I'll take it for you. You know, that's what a real man does. I want to bring up a question. Name me one queen, because you still ain't answered the question yet. Now I know if this shit is nah, you still ain't answered that question. Give me one queen that was hoeing around and was successful with it. Give me one queen.
I just named him. It's not and read history.
I can't hear you. Say that one more time.
If you would listen to me, like I told you, you gotta turn your mic down. Turn your mic off.
Because the energy level is too high for you, that's what it is. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm rocking with an Obama phone, so it's not even letting me turn shit down.
Well, then I will
so talk to you. So you're gonna have to vibe with this high vibration. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get with the frequency.
You got to hit me up when you retire that Obama phone, but I appreciate you coming up.
I can't even. You can't. You know what? All right, then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go ahead and exit, just like that. I'm gonna leave.
Who called the Obama phone? I'm hollering because someone said it in the chat. Someone said it in the chat. Why are y'all so funny? Why are y'all so funny? Girl, I was afraid he would get you demonetized. Child, no. Child, no. Like I said before, a lot of the times these men on the internet, there's no one else. Honestly, like I said before, I really, really don't think that for most men, they're going to want to debate me. Exactly. John Trolley, he has an unhealthy crush on you walking the streets. Exactly. Oh, you all should see the messages I would get on TikTok. Men will literally be crashing out in my messages on TikTok. Crying out in my messages on TikTok. And like I said before, this has everything to do with little boys being able to bully girls when we were very, very young and them being allowed to get away with it. So they literally will torment you, spam your comments, say horrible, mean things to you. And that's their example of flirting. Because as young girls, we were always told, oh, well, he's just being a boy. And if he teases you, that means he likes you. He teases you, and so that means that he likes you. Come on now. Come on. Lord Jesus, he was less dusty in my head before I saw him. Yikes. Honestly, I feel as though I thought in my head he was going to be like some 300-pound, like, I thought it was going to be Norbit. I thought it was going to be Norbit, honestly. That's literally what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Norbit. But this is why I couldn't be a wife, y'all. This is why I couldn't be a wife. Like, I couldn't be a wife to no man. I would make a horrible wife. I would never listen. I would never cook. I would never clean. I would never submit. I would never do anything. I would never do anything for these men ever. Nor it would have been an improvement. Renee, they have couches on the street now. Do-rag on. I feel like he's a New Yorker. Okay. I lived in Crown Heights, and let me tell you, all them men on the street that I lived on in fucking Crown Heights, chow. You walk out of the building and they out with the little mini grill. Okay, we walk on the street, they throwing dice. Wow, but you would still expect men to do something for you. Here's the thing. Unlike men, I don't deal with men who are out of the expectation that I would fit for them. So like how that guy ended up dating the OnlyFans model, knowing that she was an OnlyFans girl and he was very Christian. That's what men do. That's what men do. I have never dated or been with a man who was like, oh, you have to cook for me. You have to clean for me. You have to submit to me. Never. I've never, ever been with a man like that because I make it very clear I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not doing any of that. And I feel like this, women shouldn't have to do all that. I've never been with a man who ever had that expectation of me. Never. Why would a man want me to stay pretty? Why would a man want me to stay stress-free and then ask me to do things that will make me be more stressed, that will take away from my beauty, that will have me be in disarray? Like, no. I'm well aware of the fact that I'm very well aware of the fact that men that deal with me, they just want to be with me because I'm a trophy. You don't take trophies. You usually put trophies in a case. You don't let trophies be in direct sunlight for them to lose their color, for them to collect dust, for the little sticker, the glue to get all loose, and for the little plaque name to fall off. No, you keep trophies preserved. So all women know that when you're a trophy and men want you there to just sit there and look pretty, they don't want you to do anything anyway. So I'm guessing you're not going to be buying Candace Owens' book, Make Him a Sandwich, when it comes out. Ciao. Even my exes used to clean my dorm room for me. Literally, one of my ex-boyfriends, he heard my stomach growl. He heard my stomach growl at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was like, baby. He like woke me up. He was like, baby, baby, baby. He was like, I can't sit here and sleep and hear your stomach growl like this. Can't hear. He literally woke me up and fucking went in the kitchen and cooked me food at 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning. I never said I was hungry. I never asked him to cook me anything. He just got up in the middle of the night and he fucking cooked the food. Queen, I love you so much. You are helping us women so much. You changed my life. Ladies, everything she said is effing right. I was married. I am now happy alone. I don't want to date anymore. Greetings from Germany. Thank you. Thank you. That relationship ended because as many nice qualities as he had, I used to call him a Sour Patch Kid, because as many great qualities as he had, he could switch real quick. He did. He had a very, very strong switch. I'm a Gemini moon, so I have a switch myself. I'm a dual sign. So yeah, I definitely got a couple personalities in me for sure. But his switch would just be so strong that it got to the point where I would like eventually I felt like, okay, I have to walk on eggshells. I gotta walk on eggshells. Up here we go. We got somebody in the chat. Make sure that when you're in the guest room, when you're on my chat, you have to turn me down on your device, because if you don't turn me down on your device, it's gonna echo. And I don't want to echo. Okay. All right, Mr. Yellow over here. What's up?
Can you hear me? All right, we not echoing. I ain't on my Obama phone. Just to let you know that. So, but no, I came up here to, I guess, debate. I don't really think it's debate. It's just kind of been claims made. I think debates kind of circle around facts. So, like, what is it that you want somebody to come up here and argue with you about? Because that's really what it's going to turn into. So what do you want to argue about?
Okay, so I want to argue. Oh, nice. Is this your wow, you have a coffee company. Nice. I live in Chicago, so nice.
Okay.
So all right. You get a couple brownie points, I suppose. But really the subject matter, okay? I really don't believe that it's worth it to get married as a woman. I really don't believe that it benefits women to be a wife. I really do feel as though women should be able to do what it is that they want to do. And I don't really feel like the basis of a woman or the worth of a woman should be tied to her being a wife or a mother. So that's what we can debate.
I mean, you're right in a sense. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to do what you want to do, but that also exists in parameters as well. You can't do what you want to do in real life. You a single, well, not you single, but even single women can't just do whatever they want to do in life. We got laws for that. Nobody can actually do whatever they want to do. Right. So you understand living within parameters then.
Well,
you understand living with
we can go naked and like kill people and stuff like that. I'm saying like, meaning that when it comes to societal standards, women don't have to be boxed into those societal standards.
No, and I'm not going to go as far as say you do. I'll agree with you on that. But it also depends on what you want from society. Now, you also can't freely exist in society and also not conform to certain societal standards. That's lying to yourself. That's like I'm gonna walk into this cage. I'm gonna walk into this cage of lions and expect to not get the reaction of being in the cage of lions, or I would not have to do the certain things to try to survive within that cage of lions. So I don't know exactly what like experience you want outside of like the social norms. And I want to go as far as to say that it's this weird pushback of not wanting to participate in social norms while also participating in social norms.
So like, okay, I need you to give an example of like what you're about, like where your stance is, because at the end of the day, you could pick and choose what societal norms you want to do. Like, for instance, you're a black man. Black men tend to have a child and not get married. So they're picking one societal norm because one societal norm would be to have a child. The other societal norm would be to get married. So you're choosing to do one and then choosing to not do another.
Right. And I mean, that's some of the black men, and I get it. We're not going to do the some, not all. But like I said, that's kind of just your view on it, right? Because there's a lot of women that's out here making kids under the same pretense. They want to have the child, but not the husband. That's why you got what's her name? Ebony K. Williams. Yeah, and we use celebrities for example. I know there's real life examples as well, but we use celebrities so everybody can know what we're talking about. It's just like Ebony K. Williams. She would be what you would describe as the Example woman, right? Then went and got her career together. Then she a lawyer. She's all this. She's so great as a woman. But guess what? She didn't do the, she didn't do what y'all would call doing the work to actually go get somebody to even make a kid with. She went to the doctor and got it.
And I promote that on my channel. I literally tell
No,
you that.
and I hear you, for certain purposes, right? But the
No,
reason
not for
to
certain
no,
purposes.
I'm saying, but the idea shouldn't be that you go do it in lieu of substituting the male, or
Why
because
not?
you don't want, because then you're putting a child in a situation where they don't have a father. Now, if you are in a situation, right, because the idea is that she didn't
What's
want to
the
work with no man.
benefit of them having the father?
I mean, they prevent the men that you don't like.
Okay, but that's only good until they're 18. Is the dad going to be attached to
Then
the
they
child?
grown. I mean, then they grown. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell nobody. You can't control nobody once they gone and left your
But
house. The
even
same
then, are you
reason.
going to go to the
The
child to
same reason.
school? Are you going to go to the child for all of their sporting events? Are you going to be attached to the child? No, because there are, no matter what, whether you're there or not, you still have to teach your child safety. You still have to teach your child how to protect themselves. And so I feel as though there's always this thing with leveraging protection as if we don't grow into becoming self-sufficient human beings. Like, for instance, I own a piece of steel. Okay, I go to the range and I shoot with my dad. Like,
Right.
I know how to protect myself in many various forms and ways. There is no there at the end of the day, even for a child, okay. Yes, there are statistics that say, okay, children do better in the two-parent home, but the number one predictor of a child's success and happiness is in the future is based off of the happiness of their mother. That's fact. So even if they're in a two-parent household, if mom isn't happy, if mom isn't being taken care of, if mom is not given a life where she can facilitate and have everything run smoothly, it is going to impact the child. And so I think at the end of the day, we give men too much credit for being present and not active in a way that's actually beneficial to the child. And this is the reason why, I mean, we see it in Hollywood, right? We are these women just all picking horrible people to have children with? Like, is there an island that they
Yeah.
are overlooking?
Yeah. Now we gonna be 100%. Now if we gonna have this conversation, because it's even worse with celebrities. Because when they pick these men, these are men who are documented cheaters. These are men who have documented baby mamas. These are men who are the same way we talk about them in the blogs and we blog about them and we talk about, yes, they see these niggas ain't shit from a mile away, and they still do it. Because for all that position that you feel like men overestimate being there and not being active, women overestimate being able to control the situation.
Well, it's
And
not
they
about
see this
controlling
dude
the
and they be like,
situation.
no, I'm saying it is though, because it's gaining a control of a situation that nobody else could. Like, that's what I'm saying. They do actively pick the bad dudes because
So how do they pick a good
they
dude?
think they can change them.
So, and
I
I
mean, it's
agree.
really
I agree with
right.
that, but the thing about it is that the whole purpose for my channel is to expose male nature. And at the end of the day, we're not going to sit here and pretend like under societal standards, which we just talked about earlier, we're not going to sit here and pretend like you're not the man when you sleep with other women. We're not going to pretend like you're going to get every single thing that it is that you want from one woman. And even my father is honest with me about this. At the end of the day, men are going to men. Men are going to cheat, even if they're good at it. Okay. Even if you never know. At some point, in my humble opinion, the only reason why a man will not be able to cheat is just simply because he is not given the opportunity to cheat. This is the reason why most cheating takes place at work when it comes to men. And the reason why is because men can't just go up to a woman and be like, hey, I want to smash. They can't do that. It's easier to do this at work because you get to know the girl, you get to talk about the secretary, you get to bond over the emotional act that you're getting in your relationship, and then you create a bond, and then that emotional will eventually turn into physical. So at the end of the day, there are women that they can accept the fact that a man is going to cheat. They can. And when we say, hey, men are going to cheat, it is what it is, men will take an inch and then turn it into a mile. Like we just seen this with Tiana Taylor. Iman wanted an open relationship. She gave him an open relationship. It was like, cool, you want to do your thing, you can go on ahead and do your thing. She literally put it in the prenuptial clause that cheating is off the table, and he still went and cheated. So there are no precautions, there is no choosing, there is no vetting process that's going to prevent someone from doing what it is that they want to do. And although I do agree with you, yes, the signs are there, but I feel like this, a lot of women are just saying, if this is what I got to deal with, why do I can't emotionally handle this? I can't mentally dealing with what a man comes with. So this is why a lot of women just say, I can't handle it, I just won't deal with it.
I mean, I would probably feel the same way too if I went into it with the kind of mindset that you're trying to tell is okay. Like, so the thing that you said that interests me is that you was like, okay, yeah, but we know men cheat, and that's okay. You're telling men it's okay to cheat. Think about it. Think about it. Think about, hold on.
Are rewarded for cheating. It didn't start with
In
us.
for men, where we are, that we're in men's society. I will say that we look at body count as a belt notch. I'm not gonna take that from you. Rewarded is stretching it. There's no real reward about being a cheater, because in some circles, if you've seen as cheating your wife, like in professional circles, if you've seen as cheating on your wife, that can hurt your standards, especially if you're working in fields where they need trust and they need a lot of people to trust within their business because they got secrets and all types of shit. Secret deals they making, they got all types of shit they got going on. So they can't just be having people who got those type of movements around. That's why there was a big deal. That's why you've never seen or heard of a president getting actually caught cheating outside of JFK. It's always these rumors, right? Even if it's happening, I'm not saying it's never happened, but there's no reward in it, because then you would know for sure.
No, it's not a reward on a scale. It's a reward for the man on an internal level, because a man.
I mean, okay,
that gives a man validation, because
that's subjective.
Get attention.
That's subjective. That's subjective. That's subjective.
Able to get attention from other women.
That's subjective.
Aside from the woman.
If we talking about internal rewards, then women do that all the time in various different ways. If we talking about, hold on,
I can go outside just like this, how I look, and
I'm not talking about with men. I'm not talking about with men, because you're gonna get attention from men. You're gonna get validation from men, regardless of how you look, because you possess a vagina. So you got 20,000. Right. What I'm saying is whatever that gratification is. This is my argument, right? That you're saying that these ideas are only male centered or male nature. My argument back to you is that women supplement the same thing in different ways. So that validation of him feeling like he did shit because he cheated on his wife is the same reason you look in the mirror when you got all these enhancers you can put on. You can put on makeup, you can get fake hair, you can post, you can wait, listen what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's hurting nobody. I'm not saying it's hurting nobody. I'm not saying it's hurting nobody.
So what difference?
I'm not saying it's hurting nobody. What I'm saying is y'all look for that same internal reward when you go feeling good and all that other. Right. So what I'm saying,
it's no different than you going to the gym and you wanting to get big muscles. You wanting to get on steroids because you want big muscles.
Right.
It's no different. At the end of the day,
some people like to have sex.
It's on
right. Some people like to have sex.
Needs, self-esteem.
It's not. My thing is this. My thing is this. Listen, hear me out though. Me using sex for a woman ain't a good example. So I can't go to being like, oh, so women can go get that self-reward through sex, because half of y'all don't even like it. I can tell by most of the women around now that a penis probably turn y'all off. Like, that's the last thing y'all would want to see, the way y'all talk about men in sex. So I can't use that as a good example. But when you do stuff like, if you want to use an example of when it hurts people, when you got a nigga in the friend zone giving you all this money or doing all this other stuff, who like you, who you know you ain't got no intentions on being with, yeah, that's hurting somebody.
Why are you doing something for someone that didn't make it?
Oh my God. The same reason you do. Hold on. The same reason women do. Because they just want to be loved. They just want to be cared about. The problem is that you don't think that man. Hold on. Hear me out. You don't think that mindset exists within men, which is why I'm trying to explain to you that the emotions across the board is human nature. Them dudes right there are the dudes who looking to be the guys that you talking about. The ones that you talking about, that 1% of dudes, that's the dudes y'all friends on.
No,
The
but
dudes who
listen, I'll give
actually
you an
treat
example
y'all
now.
nice.
I'll give you an example now. There was a guy literally 2 years ago, fall. We had like went on a date or two, right? And the chemistry wasn't there for me. And I told him straight out, hey, I'm really not feeling it. I don't want to waste your time. He says, okay, cool. No big deal. This guy literally just messaged me today. Hey, I want to take you out. I want to hang out with you. Why are you coming back to someone that rejected you?
Because y'all changed y'all mind. Because y'all also had put out the message that is, hold on.
In the friend zone, because the reason
I'm not
why
saying that.
stay in
I'm
the
not
friend
saying
zone is
that.
that
I'm
you're
not
hoping
saying
that
that.
she changes her
I'm
mind.
not saying
You're
that. I'm
hoping
not
that
saying that.
something else happens and she looks at you different, and then she looks at all the things you've done for her, and
Because
then she
y'all have
decides to
also
say,
made that a
I want
message
to deal
too.
with him.
Y'all have also made that a message too. Remember, we're in the middle of spin the block season. Nick spinning the block like crazy. Y'all have made it a persistent thing. Oh, men ain't persistent. Men don't try. Men don't put in the work. They don't do this. They don't wait. They always want to pressure us into stuff. So when a dude do that and come around and see, because the problem is that when it comes to men, y'all are fickle. Y'all are fickle. Right. Okay. So right. Let's stay there.
Of course.
It's not ass. It's not an ass. It's not an ass. You're fickle. It's not an amount. Fickle is fickle. There's no, oh, I'm 100%
If you're
right.
coming to me
Right.
with money, you need to keep up with your money. Just like if I come with you with
Let's
looks,
no.
sex drive,
That's not what I said.
you're expecting for me to keep up my looks, keep up my
Stay
sex
where I'm
drive.
at.
It's the same
Mm-mm.
thing.
Nope. Stay where I'm at. I said when it comes to men, women are fickle. Acknowledge the statement. We ain't go right. Let's not add no other details. I want you to can we agree on that? Because we're doing a lot of arguing. Yeah. No, I'm saying because we're doing a lot of arguing. So I want to do some agreeing. Because then we'll have a purpose to the conversation, right?
I'm agreeing. Get to the point.
Okay. All right. So the understanding is that when you talk about why are they sticking around, why are they spinning the block, is because y'all change y'all mind. Y'all also tell men to be persistent.
But who's asking you to stay in the friend zone?
I mean, it's a lot of women. It's not many people are asking. Not many people
asking you to stay in the friend zone. Who is asking you to stay there?
Shit, women.
No,
women
a
are.
woman is literally. So you mean to tell me a woman is
When they
taking
here,
and I want you to stay here while I figure out, and I'm having issues in my relationship, and I want you to stick here because I want you to be there if I break up with my boyfriend, and then I can use you, and I can.
No, but you know how you ask them. You know how you ask them. You know how you ask them.
In the friend
You know,
zone.
hold on. Do you know how you ask them? You don't ask them like that. You know how you ask them. You know how you ask them to stay in the friend zone by calling them when you need it. By calling them when you need something. By calling them when you need to talk.
My thing is this:
by reaching out to him. I understand.
That's not a friendship. That is a transaction where you're pretty much
No, it's
trying to
not.
buy your way into pussy. That's what that is.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It is. That's not
it's
a
really not.
So your sense of friendship is if I do this, if I do this, if I do this, and if I do this for a woman, once I feel like I paid it enough, I am entitled to be able to be in a relationship with her. No.
No.
Cosplaying
I'm not saying that.
to be able to get in a relationship. That's not a friendship.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
But that's what you're trying to say. You're pretty much trying to say that as women, we take advantage of the fact of putting men in the friend zone to be able to get things from you all. And then when we get what we want, essentially, we will discard of you. No one asked you to do that.
Okay, so you didn't ask him to do the things. That's my point. Y'all are.
You chose to do those things, and you were doing.
Oh, so he called. So he chose to say yes to your request.
Let me finish. You're not doing them because you want to do them. You're doing them hoping you get a reward. You're doing them hoping, okay, I can be your boyfriend. I can have sex with her. There is an end goal in mind. That's not a friendship. That's just a manipulative way to try to buy your way in to get what you want. It's no different. It's a way to leverage a situation, just like how women use sex as leverage, just like how we use our beauty as leverage. I can sit here and I can 100% say, yes, we can use different forms to leverage to get what we want. All women want is to hear men say, yes, we do leverage being in the friend zone and do things for you, hoping that we can have sex with you, hoping we can get access to you.
Yeah.
A lot of men,
yes.
I talked about it earlier today. A lot of men would have much greater access to women if they would just admit the fact, hey, this is our nature. This is what we do. On a natural level, y'all don't want to be friends with women. Y'all only want to be friends with men and women if you know you can benefit, if you can get something from them. The thing being pussy. Y'all aren't going shopping with us. Y'all aren't doing all these girly things with us. No.
Why?
Y'all are not.
But no, that's so not. Yeah, no, that's not true. No, that's not true.
Y'all are not doing
because
that
y'all. Here's the thing. Why? You want to know why y'all wouldn't be able to handle the understanding of how men's nature is?
You're not.
Look at how you. Wait, hold on. Wait. Listen.
Understanding.
Look. The reason y'all wouldn't be able to handle us being honest with y'all is because look at how y'all act now. My dad
works in a
right, and look at how you view men.
He's dead honest
exactly, and look at how you view dating men.
Exactly. So this is
exactly. That's my point. That's my point.
You're blaming me. So you're blaming
No, I'm not.
True nature of men and me having a
no. I'm blaming you for not being able to handle it. I'm blaming you and I'm blaming other women for not being able to handle it because men are supposed to understand how women's nature is. Y'all preach that to us. That's why y'all always talking about y'all got to understand. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all just don't understand
the nature of men.
Right.
But you're arguing that. You're pretty much
no,
saying
I'm not.
because we know the nature of men, it's making us bitter Bettys. No,
it is.
You're doing it. No, because this is the thing. You want
but then you're also not proceeding with men because all of
stop.
I fall back.
I let you cut me off a lot. Like I let you cut me off a lot.
I got you. No, I'm saying I fall back. All right, your platform, I fall back.
This is the thing with men. You all still want to be the end goal. You want us to understand your nature, accept your nature, and then still deal with it even when it affects our nature. We don't want to do that. Our natures do not complement each other. They do not. That's the reason why they had to create the nuclear family. It used to not be the nuclear family. If you go back far enough in history, maternal raising of children was all maternal. Men had nothing to do with the child dealing with children and raising them. So at the end of the day,
what are you talking about?
I'm explaining to you why you're trying to pretty much say, oh, well, you all knowing male nature is making you bitter. We understand it doesn't work. And we don't want men in the equation because it doesn't work. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't make us happy. If it made us happy, why do women divorce 70% of the time? If we like that dynamic.
Because y'all fickle.
And who cares? We don't like the dynamic. You can sit here and shame women all day for why they don't like it. It's not going to stop them from not doing it.
Being fickle, I say y'all fickle, and you say who cares?
Yes.
Fickle isn't reasonable.
That's the world that we live in.
Right. So wait a minute.
If you have a job and your job requires you to use your arms and your job requires you to use your legs and you get in an accident and you can't use your arms and you can't use your legs, is your job going to keep you?
No, you're not.
So now is your job fickle?
No.
That's why I said it's the goalposts. Always.
But that's also a very terrible example.
No, it's not a terrible example. At the end of the day, there are conditions.
That's a terrible example.
And when you
that's
deal
a terrible
with someone
example.
like you deal with a job, you have a job description. You have.
You talking about losing body parts as opposed to how you feel.
You deal with a person, and those conditions cannot be met. They are allowed to no longer deal with you. That's life. That's life. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules with this unconditional love thing that men keep believing exists. I can do you dirty. I can talk to you in your kind of way. You can be unhappy and you're just supposed to stay. That's delusion. That's not real.
Yeah. Because unconditional love don't exist between neither one of the peoples.
Unconditional love doesn't exist between anyone, not even children. You gonna let your children, you gonna have little kids and let them tear up the house and not discipline them? You gonna let
Yeah,
them do
people do it all the time. Yeah, people do it all the time. Yeah, people do it all the time. People do it all the time.
And how are those? And guess what? When you don't condition them, the world will. They gonna be able to go out and
No,
not
they
go
won't.
to jail, not go to prison, no.
No, they won't.
So even then, that's on a conditional basis. Laws are conditions,
And they still do it.
and
That's why you got recidivism. So that's why you got That's why you got most criminals keep being criminals, because they don't learn, because there's no actual teaching on the being better. They just put them away for a couple months and then sit them back out on the street. Hopefully they get good, but guess what? Them same people get good and then become pastors. So my thing is this: I'm not saying that your idea isn't right. It's not what I'm arguing. But you do have to see where the flaw is on thinking that having this idea on men's nature isn't going to stop you from being able to deal with men who've been in society. You're talking about men's nature, right? You're talking about men's nature. And I understand that, because you're talking about primal instinct. You're talking about our animalistic instinct, which I get it. If you calling us animals, then you talking about our nature. You talking about how we would survive, because you talking about how we survive living in medieval times or some crazy shit, or living in huts where we don't have the type of amenities in the world that's set up like we are in now. So I get all of what you're saying, but the problem is that you also live in 2025, and talking about men's nature ain't really men's nature no more. That's why a lot of the men y'all be talking about, you was talking about a singles event earlier. Right? I think you said you went, or you seen something.
I didn't go. I said that on social media. They're talking
right.
about the singles event. It's all women that are going. There's no men that are going.
Right. Because those men first of all, the men that's there are the ones actually struggling with women.
No, there's no men. When I tell you there's no men, literally these events have zero. I
did a whole thing. Yeah, I did a whole little thing on it. I've watched a couple of those videos too. A lot of what they say is 80-20 or 90-10, but there are men there, but they few and far between. There's men there. They're not eligible men. They're not the men who women would pick, or they probably wouldn't be there. They would be out actively pursuing.
Though, like we don't.
Okay,
I'm sorry, but we're not going to talk about the exception. We're not going to talk about the exception. I'm talking about. The rule. I'm talking about the rule of men. At the end of the day, there are two things that are going to affect male nature: who you are biologically and what social constructs you have been conditioned to believe as a man. Okay.
Then we can't talk about social constructs and nature. That's two different things. A man's nature and his build on social construct. That's two different ideas.
Talking about.
That's two different ideas.
Those are the things that make us up as people, in addition to other things. But on a level, primarily, it is your biological makeup in addition to your societal standards. For instance, when you're a boy, you get assigned what color? Blue.
Now?
When you
that's what I'm saying. Are we talking about 2025? Because now that's not happening. That's not happening now.
Probably not pink. I would assume that you weren't playing with dolls growing up. I would assume
I did. They was called G.I. Joes.
Thank you. Thank you for proving my point. That is a societal construct.
Right. Did that make me go to the army?
It still influenced you, because what does that toy represent?
You know what? That toy can represent two things. That toy can represent the man you don't like and the man you like.
No, when you're a little boy.
That's my point. You asked me what it could mean, and I gave you what it could mean. It can mean two things. It can mean that
you played with the toy, sir. You played with the toy. You play with the
okay,
toy.
So when I'm telling you what it means, don't tell me that's not the answer then. You can't do that. If I play with it, I'm the one that got the experience from it, right?
Because it's masculine.
Right. Which what y'all asked for. Which was what y'all asked for. It's what y'all asked for.
Those are all constructs that say you as a boy, you as a man, these are things that you should embody.
Right. That's what y'all complain about not having. Oh, they sassy. Oh, they not masculine.
Negatively. That's what I keep trying to tell you.
What do you mean?
Negatively.
So does it impact you? So does masculinity? So does a masculine man impact you negatively?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So why do y'all ask for men to be more masculine then and keep calling them sassy?
Because for instance, when it comes to exposing male nature, okay,
right,
that would be rooted. All the men that say, "Oh, I don't want you saying this," and yada yada yada. That's rooted. That's sassiness. Because why can't you just be honest and say, "Hey, yeah, you want to know what? Men out here, yes, we do be cheating. Yes, men out here will play the game and will manipulate women and will pretend to be a different person. Instead, y'all tell us choose better as if you're not doing this. That's sassy. Just be real. Just say, you want to know what? Yes, we will play the game. We will manipulate. We will be smooth to get whatever it is that we want out of you. Come on. And then blame us and say we should choose better.
I mean, okay, here's him. Let me present, because I'm gonna be straight up with you. I don't say that. Like, contrary to the argument, I'm not this like red pill dude. This is what I'm trying to find like balance with you, right? So I don't say choose better. I don't believe in the idea of choose better, because there is no real choosing better when you're choosing with humans. People are fickle, chat. I know what fickle means. All right. But the thing is that take this idea of choose better. You're saying this if this is all men's nature. Here's where you can't. No, I'm saying, hear me out. Hear me out. I know you didn't. I'm presenting choose better in a different way. Wouldn't you have to choose better if you know that it's not all men there? Wouldn't you just have to pick better? It's like going to buy a used product. People buy used products all the time. I know people hate getting compared to cars, but it's legitimately the best way to decide. Especially when we're talking about older people who have been in relationships and experienced some trauma, people who have figured out the real nature of folks. You going out and buying a used car. You might buy a lemon. Sometimes you got to suck it up. Hold on. Sometimes you just got to choose better.
No. Listen, I want you to hear yourself. I wouldn't buy a lemon because I can take that car, and I've done it before with used cars. I literally have asked the car dealer, hey, I got a mechanic. I got my alley mechanic. Can I take this car and go take this car to the alley mechanic to get it checked out to make sure I don't buy a lemon? Because I can vet my car. I can get the car tested to make sure that everything is good with the car. You cannot do that with a human.
Do you think most women can?
No person can do that.
Okay, so my thing is this. You're using... No, that's not what I'm saying. Because if that was always the case, then nobody would buy lemons.
To not get played, and that doesn't exist. You can't.
So you've never bought a bad used car, is what you're saying. You've never bought a bad used car. You want to know why? Because you got your daddy in your life. Now stop telling people it's not because you got your daddy in your life and he taught you. So stop telling people that men bad.
Never let me buy a used car.
Exactly. So stop telling people that men are bad. Stop telling people's men nature is bad. While you can sit up here and tell me how good your dad did. But no, I'm being facetious.
Before they buy it.
I'm being facetious. People who don't know. That's my point. People who don't know.
Don't you test drive it?
People who don't know. People who don't know.
You got to come with better examples. These examples is weak.
People who don't know. Those are the people who buy. I'm saying those are the people who don't know. You don't know until you probably fuck up.
How do you do this for a man? What is the vetting process? What is every single thing a woman needs to do to pick the perfect man?
You can't. I'm actually empathizing with you on that. I never said you can.
That's what I've been saying since the beginning of this debate, just for us to go into circles for you to just agree with me.
Dude, I've been agreed with you from the beginning. Right. I've been agreed with you from the beginning. Right. That's why I said it was just going to be an argument. It wasn't going to be a debate. Debates typically lead somewhere. I told you it was going to be an argument from the beginning, didn't I?
We're going to wrap this up. So just tell me what you need to tell me in closing, because I want to wrap this up.
No, in closing, I'm going to be as sincere as I possibly can on the internet, right? I do respect your stance, right? because part of me is because part of me is empathetic to what women go through. I got a mama, I had a bunch of aunties, I know a bunch of women. I understand dealing with men ain't shit. So I'll say the thing that you want to say. Men's nature is fucked up. There's a lot of dudes out here who trying to do some whole other shit, right? That's taking advantage of women, making kids, ain't taking care of them. That's one of my things. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father. My biggest pride to me is even just being there. Like you said, you saying something about the getting to the basketball games and all that stuff. Oh yeah, we on that. And even if he don't play basketball, if he decide to be the world's greatest finger painter, guess what? I'm there too. He gonna be the best. So I understand what you're saying. So my closing ain't to push back no more. I give you the understand. It was just, drop a little gem or some maybe a lady or two can hear a little something different and not think so bad about us today. But we still ain't shit. I give you that.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. The baby's sleeping. Y'all are funny. Y'all are hilarious. This was good. Good coffee promo. I'm so happy. Y'all are so funny in the chat. I'm dead. I am dead. Thank you all so much for the super stickers. Like, for real. Thank you all so much. I'm showing them now. Y'all were something else. Y'all were something else in the chat. I probably will try to do more of these. I probably will try to do more of these maybe once a week in the future. So at the end, you were right. Per usual. Per usual. So that is honestly, that's essentially how I get my talking points across. And essentially, for my Patreon. So essentially, just like how I'm able to disarm people, just like how I'm able to make strong talking points where someone is just like, okay, that's exactly how I get the content to make for my Patreon. Okay, so if you want to learn more about psychology and how to deal with people, how to deal with men, and make decisions that'll benefit you, and be with men that will be able to benefit you in a certain way, please join the Patreon. Okay. I wasn't successful as a stripper, and I wasn't successful on OnlyFans for no reason. Okay. And the reason being is because you have to have a art, you have to have a finesse, you have to be able to just deal with men a certain way, you know what I mean? And talk to them a certain way while still demanding, respect. Men are always going to be interruptive. Always. Men are always going to be interrupted. I literally will sit here and I literally will watch debates between men and men. And actually, what's funny is that between men and men, they very rarely will talk over one another. But when it's a man and a woman, they're usually always going to talk over one another. And so I just go on ahead and I just don't listen to it, whatever it is that they're saying. And I let them get comfortable and make them think that they can keep talking over me. And then eventually I'm like, you know what? Okay, you've had enough. And so essentially that's the reason why I'm like, no, I let you, I accrued the debt for you to talk over me. And so guess what? Now I'm going to talk over you. I've accrued the debt. That way they can never come back and be like, see, you're cutting me off. You're cutting me off. All right, I let you cut me off about umpteen times now. Okay, so now we both can cut one another off. Because what's not going to happen, we're going to have the whole entire time of you cutting me off. So men are always going to cut women off, no matter what. It's really nothing that you can do about it. And this is also the reason why Kevin Samuels would do this very often. Kevin Samuels, this was one of his tactics. If you watch Kevin Samuels, the way that he would maintain dominance in those debates with women was to put them in check the second that the woman cut him off or gave him a reaction that he did not like. He ended up cutting it. He ended up calling that shit out immediately and clocking it to maintain dominance. And because he's a man, it's easier for women to cower. It's easier for women to cower down to that. No man will ever do that or has ever done that to me, because it's about your presence. You have to be articulate. You have to be well-spoken. You have to make strong talking points. You have to be able to give an energy off where they feel like they could question you. They could question how meek you are, how docile you are. And so they're not going to want to fucking say, well, don't cut me off. And don't you give me that look. And don't you be disrespectful when you haven't done anything. A man agrees, men still ain't shit. Thank God I deal with women in almost all forms of my life. Exactly. And when your mic is at max value on purpose to drown out the main character. And guess what? No matter what, there are two things that people don't like in an argument. Okay? There are two things that people don't like in an argument. No one wants to hear someone repeating themselves constantly. No one wants to hear someone repeating themselves. So literally I will repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And then finally they will shut up and then to disassociate while they're talking to you. So I literally will look off. That's why I kept drinking my water, sipping my water. My ex used to get so pissed off when one of my exes would get so pissed off when I would do this. He would like do those type of tactics, right? He do those type of tactics and like talk over me and talk loud over me. And so I would just be like, open up a book, start playing on my phone. At the end of the day, if you're ever going to deal with men, no matter what context you deal with them in, this is why I have the Patreon. You cannot deal with men and not play the game. There's just no way. You cannot deal with them and not play the game. They're always going to have a thing in their head that just has them always trying to leverage a conversation, win a conversation, because men like power, men like dominance. And I don't have a lot to improve in my arguments. Me improving in my arguments to you is pretty much saying men are perfect, men are lovely, men are God's greatest creation, men are amazing. And I'm never going to say that on here. Never. Like I said before, quit following people that you don't agree their viewpoints with, because I'm not going to change my stance. I'm not going to sit here and give men all the praise in the world. They need to do a lot more. I'm not easily impressed. I'm just not. I'm not easily impressed as a person. I'm not. So it's going to take more than 0.0001% of men to do good for me to ever be impressed by the male collective. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. My bestie and I lit provider for each other more than any man has wanted to, without expectations and complaint. A lavender relay, if you will. Exactly. And you want to know what? When you actually have a good network of women, when you actually do have very good friendships with women, you really will understand that women will pour into you a lot more than heterosexual relationships will pour into you. Like literally my best friend, like seriously, she will spend money like a drug dealer on me. Okay. She takes flights to come see me, and I'm not even fucking her. So this is why the talking point of friends, when men say women keep men in the friend zone, that's a very disingenuous argument. And the reason being is because as women, we tend to have friendships that are not rooted in transaction. So my friend doesn't fly to see me expecting that I'm going to sleep with her. She doesn't fly to see me expecting that I am going to buy her a nice meal or I'm going to do anything like that. She's flying to see me because she wants to be around me. She wants to spend time with me. She wants to make memories with me. Men want to fly you out. The only reason why they want to fly you out is to fuck you. And this is the reason why there's always these stories on social media where the men are like, well, you should have known. You should have known that if a man was flying you out, you should know what that means. But why don't y'all ever want to say what it means then? So like I said before, they want to put the responsibility. This is why I say the whole thing with men arguing male nature with women, they get mad at you for not knowing male nature, right? Because that's what that's an example of. They fly you out. They fly you out with the intention to fuck you. They get mad when you don't want to fuck them and then blame you that you don't know their nature. You should know that that's what a man wants if he's flying you out. But then when they want to do all of this stuff and do everything for you, they want to call it cheap. They want to say, "Oh, well, I'm just being a friend." That's what friends do, right? Whole time expecting something in return for what they're doing for you. They move the goalposts all the time. They move the goalposts on all the time. And this is why I always say, I'm never gonna focus on the minority of men. Never gonna focus on them. Listen, until the minority of men make a YouTube channel and start teaching other men how to be better men and holding them accountable, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. Get somebody else to do it. I feel like I have grown out my current 2 close friends. It sucks. I want new friends who put more effort in to see me. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old you are, but literally I didn't even meet my friend until I was 28. Okay? That's how long it took me. All right, that's how long it took me for me to find a friend that literally like rode for me and like literally, took into account. We actually ended up meeting each other at work. Yeah, it was just by fate and by chance. And don't get me wrong, we do have our issues and things like that. Of course, it's not always perfect, but in the grand scheme of things, she really is a good friend. I really do value our friendship, and like ever since I've been friends with her, my life really has like greatly improved. I've been with good men, but my life has never improved on a grand scale like it did when I was dealing with her. And like I said before, I just kind of feel like this. When it comes to men, they're only worthy of a good time, not a long time. Get whatever it is that you can out of them if you still want to deal with them. Make sure they're benefiting you in some way, and then just whenever you're done, I guess, whenever you're over it, then hey, you're just over it. Whenever that ship sails, and don't try to, don't try to go any further. Oh, we got a new Dusty. He must have came from the incel community. He must have came from the fresh and fit, because he called me a modern day woman. So he feels some way because I don't want to. He feels some way because I don't want to be in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant, cooking and cleaning for some Dusty who was promised a wife appliance. He probably got about four hair particles to his name. I know they call us modern women. As if it's an insult. It's like, you're a modern man. Are you an antique? Are you a painting? You're a modern man. You didn't fight no war. You ain't fight no war. You ain't pick no cotton. You ain't do any of that. You ain't go through the French Revolution. They call us modern women as if they're not modern men. Right. Even your mother is modern day. Exactly. That's how these men who are in the manosphere, these men who are in the red pill community, yeah. All these broken women that can't keep a man, but yet you're getting left 70% of the time, sir. Women are divorcing you 70% of the time. You can't keep a woman. You can only keep a woman 30% of the time statistically. Like what? Keeping a man is like a puppy that never grows up and you can never potty train. It just shits all over the place. It's only cute at the beginning, and then it's shitting all over the place. It doesn't want to follow any directions. You got to walk it. You got to coddle it. That's what it's like keeping a man. Men say keep a man as if it's like keeping $1 million. Are you kidding me? Keeping a man is like keeping a man is like keeping fucking hot coal. Oh man, that's so funny. I can't believe men think that they're actually worth keeping. And then what's so funny is that they never cool, we don't want to get married. Like this is so funny. Men literally think they can leverage marriage. Why are you trying to leverage marriage when I just told you you're getting divorced from 70% of the time? You're trying to leverage something that women don't want to be a part of. Are you slow or are you stupid? But we'll never marry one. You're slow. You actually think that women like you enough that we would want to live under the same roof as you, see your face every day, sleep with you every day, lose access to other men every day. You're saying you're saying you're like I've been left. Apparently you have been, because what the fuck are you doing over here? If you ain't been left, why aren't you with your girl? Why aren't you dealing with your girl? And you said you love modern women. Don't you have a girlfriend to love? Don't you have somebody else to love instead of being over here? They're not only leaving their husbands, they're getting a paycheck at the end of the month from leaving them. Exactly. I swear, these men want to be the prize so much. Was your girl born in 1805 or is she modern day? Exactly. His girlfriend is Aunt Jemima. That's a traditional woman. That's a real traditional woman, child. I'm hollering. Somebody big mad because he got red. Exactly. He said he don't like us modern women. Well, he the one that took Aunt Jemima off the syrup bottle. He was like, this the last traditional woman left. Let me get her off this syrup bottle. They would still pick OnlyFans model over a woman over on the prairie churning butter. Exactly. And try to make it seem as if we're losing out on marrying them. Oh God, you mean I'm missing out on the opportunity for you to take my hand in cheating? Man, I have to propose. Please take this ring. So you're the one I've chosen to cheat on. You're the one I've chosen to cook and clean and be a slave for me for the rest of my life. And deal with me when my balls are wrinkly and I can't get it up anymore. You're the chosen one. Please take this ring, Pop. Exactly. They 100% would pick OnlyFans models over Aunt Jemima. And that's the reason why their ass is always on Fresh and Fit, because the Fresh and Fit panel is nothing but OnlyFans girls. The same men that talk shit in the comments of the OnlyFans girls, they put the OnlyFans links in the damn description. And then all those incels come back after the stream is over and then go buy the women's OnlyFans. It's nothing but a humiliation tactic and reward for these girls to get their content bought. Give me 1 second. I have to pee. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Going ahead and hit the thumbs up. I can't see how many likes we are at. But yeah, screw being a wife. Please, screw being a wife. It's a waste. Get your money. Okay? Get your money. Get it from these men's pockets. Get it how you live. Do what you got to do. 148. All right, so that's almost 150. I'll take that. He don't got a job. What man is on a girl's channel 3 in the afternoon? Ciao. They're bored. They just need some attention. Half the time, that's the reason why. Half the time, they went outside and they didn't get any attention from a woman. And so they figure, well, I see this pretty girl. This is going to be the most attention I can get from a pretty girl. I won't be able to do it the old-fashioned way. So let me go on ahead. And listen, like literally, I tell men all the time, I'm like, listen, I will pump your ego. Clearly, that's why you're here. I will pump your ego. Not a problem. Just leave me the hell alone after. After I embarked on a self-love journey, decentering men just started coming naturally. Yes, because once you start flourishing, first of all, very proud of you. That's wonderful. But the thing about it is that once you start flourishing alone, and then once you flourish and then you get with a man, once you've been flourishing, you realize that you lose your essence when you're dealing with men while you're on the trajectory of improving. Like most men really are going to kill your essence as a woman. Like you're literally going to lose your glow in most cases dealing with a man because men require too much. They do. They require too much. And what we require of them is out of their reach. Hey, I'm a gamer. Don't do female gamers. It's how I met my fictional video game bae, Xavier. So here's the thing, right? I actually used to game. I did. I gamed all the way through high school. I had a gamer tag and everything. Like I played an Xbox 360 in high school. I had every type of PlayStation growing up. I used to game, and honestly, I wouldn't really mind gaming, but I do understand that it would just be too much of a distraction. It would just be way too much of a distraction for me. They want that high frequency energy. Yup. Out of all the interests men boast about, sports, cars, fitness, you get recommended this channel. You know his algorithm is sassy. Yeah, because the thing about it is that my channel is not big enough where like other content creators, like male or red pill content creators, I'm not big enough for me to be on their platform, at least not yet. So that's how I know that their algorithm is literally watching people like me. Like they're literally watching people like me because they want to go in the chat and they want to be able to talk shit and get their ego pumped for the day. Exactly. Men are accessories. I don't wear the same purse or shoes or watches every day. Switch them out and level them up every so often. Exactly. And the thing about it is that once you level up to a certain level, it's hard to go back, you know? Once you get a Louis Vuitton, it's kind of hard to have a Coach. You know what I mean? Once you get a Benz, it's hard to go back. It's hard to go get a Camry after that. It's hard to backtrack. And so at the end of the day, once women start improving their life and once women get a certain level of life that they like, they don't want to go backwards. They don't want to go backwards. And they're very obsessed with women. Like, I wish they would just admit it already. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. You like women. You want attention from women. Like, and you can get all the attention you want. You just got to pay. You just got to pay money. That's it. That's what we keep telling these men. All you got to do is pay and you can get all the attention you want. All the men that hit on me on my IG posts all have girlfriends. It makes me sick. Yup. They are obsessed with women who don't center themselves around them. Facts. They can't fathom how you are happy without them, like their brain is malfunctioning. Yes, because it's a projection, because they can't fathom how women are happy without dealing with men, because they understand that their lives are not as great with women, because we are very abundant. Our energy is abundant, our beauty is abundant, our womb is abundant. Everything about us literally screams abundance. Everything about us screams multiplier. So them not being able to access that energy, and then the thing about it is that, the thing about it is that these debates with men never drain my energy. They never drain my energy. And the reason why they don't drain my energy is because they want a reaction in order to feed them. And they can't get a reaction because they can't prove me wrong or like push me into submission. They can't do it. It's impossible for them to do it. So I'm always going to be in my Lilith energy. Always. I'm always going to be in my Lilith energy. I will cause destruction and wrath before I ever submit and just let someone treat me or talk to me any old kind of way. There needs to be an OB, only bussy, so they can leave us alone. Yeah, being with a woman, I don't want to go without that deep emotional bond that men don't have. Exactly. Or be a good person with emotional intelligence. And men are, like I said before, men really do exist. Yep, exactly. Which they can't. Men really do exist at a basic level. You have to remember the Y chromosome. The Y chromosome is very small. Okay. The Y chromosome is a mutation. So men only have a fraction. They only have a fraction of what can complete them. So men exist at a very, very animalistic level, and that's just how it is. That's just how it is. So guess what? Treat them like animals. Go sit. Oh, you want a treat? You do the treat. Come on, jump up. Good boy. That's literally how you have to deal with him. Literally how you have to deal with him. If I come back as a man in my next life, I'm going to be so mad at God. Girl, you ain't going to do that. You ain't going to do that. Trust me. Complete the mission while you're here, girl. Complete the mission while you're here, girl. But you ain't coming back as no man. Right. Fetch me 5K. Queen Sovereign didn't respond to the women don't like sex statement because most women don't. Most women don't. Princella, the Queen Maker, be knowing what she be talking about when it comes to men. Yeah, because she has literally studied them on a biological level. Like she literally has studied them down to the goddamn chromosome, down to the goddamn embryonic matter. And like ultrasound is what I have my second degree in. And so I've always been tied to, seeing how boys are and then studying and understanding that baby boys are way, way, way more prone to having fetal abnormalities. Like anything renal, anything kidney, it's usually always going to be a boy that has a renal issue or a kidney issue. Always, as a baby. Do you think they create their own feminine energy that satisfies them when they take on our personalities? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is the reason why a lot of women take it personally when men will break up with you, the relationship will end in some way, and they will go deal with another woman. And then what happens is that they will do all the things for that woman that you were like begging them to do. Essentially what they did was they hoarded your feminine essence. They hoarded the things that you wanted them to do for them, and they hoarded the energy for the next woman. It's not because they didn't like you. It's just you stayed despite them not doing those things. This is why I tell women all the time, when you're asking a man that I want you to be romantic, I want you to take me out on nice dinners, I want you to buy me flowers, and he doesn't do it immediately, leave. All he's doing is gathering information. And guess what? If you don't leave and you stick around, you're really going to be bitter. You're really going to be bitter because guarantee you he's going to do it for the next woman. This is the reason why I don't believe in upgrading men. I'm not going to teach them a whole lot, if anything. I'm not going to upgrade their wardrobe. I'm not going to travel with them and show them show them the whole world and Nope. You're not gonna take my energy and go use it on another woman. Nope. If they're not cultured enough, they're not well dressed enough, they're not educated enough. Nope. I'm not teaching them anything. I'm not building them up. No. They're taking notes so they don't seem so clueless for the next woman. Exactly. Yes, but because they're not the source, it's never enough for them. So they have to keep stealing that energy. Yeah, exactly. Men are not generous naturally. Men are not naturally generous. If they were naturally generous, why do we live in a capitalistic society? Why do millionaires and billionaires hoard the wealth? Why are most millionaires and billionaires men and they hoard the fucking wealth? Men are not generous. We have real life proof of that. If men were generous, the CEO wouldn't be making fucking $1 million times what you're making and you still got to beg for a goddamn 3% raise every year. No, they're not generous. They're only generous when they want something out of you. Yeah, that's why narcissists devalue you to gain energy, to love bomb, to new supply. Yeah, this is why narcissists like to leave you at the worst time. I was just watching her and found out we have the Parthenogenesis gene. Yes, and I've talked about this before, but we see this in ultrasound. There's a mass that women can have in the ovary called a teratoma. We call it, like, the slang term is like a dermoid cyst, and pretty much it is a mass that is created by the ovary, and it has hair, skin, and teeth. You can look it up, but that is a sign. That's a clear sign that we, through evolution, we did have the ability to be able to create life without the help of a man. But yeah, parthenogenesis is definitely a thing. I definitely plan to talk about that on the spiritual channel. If you want to join my spiritual channel or be on the spiritual channel, you can find me on YouTube at The Mystic Sovereign, no spaces, just all together, The Mystic Sovereign. My name on there is Queen. It's not Queen Sovereign, it's Queen. I have the Abby is like me in a red outfit. They think school and jobs are for women. Women should get into politics and take control. Yeah, I agree. But the thing about it is that, like, women don't play dirty enough to get into politics. Women don't play dirty enough to get into politics because, see, y'all wouldn't want to know my game plan to get us into politics. Y'all wouldn't. I'll have to save that for the Patreon. But yeah, in order for women to get into politics, women have to play dirty. In my, not eyes, no, just skin, hair, and teeth, not eyes. In my evolutionary science course, the male professor already told us that females come first and they reproduce themselves cloning. Many bacterial and insect species still do this, yes. And I really just want to know why women created the male species. I really would like to know why, because yes. And did you all notice how quick that guy was to dismiss what I talked about in history? Men don't ever want to listen to anything historical when it does not put men on a pedestal. Anything in regards to history that highlights women being in power, women being on top, they always want to dismiss it. They never want to hear you out, and they always want to make it seem as if, oh, well, that was in the caveman times. That was a long time ago. And it's like, okay, well, it can't not be important, because if it weren't from those caveman times, then how the fuck did you get here? But yes, make Aqua Tofana great again. Ciao. It may have a comeback with the way they're getting. The more you give a male, the more you prepare him for the next woman. Oh, 100%. It's suspected that men were created for manual labor. I could see that. To use them as meat shields during the Stone Ages. They were supposed to use themselves as bait so the women and children could get away. I could believe that. He kept refuting your points, but never actually elaborate or explain. Exactly. That's why I kept giving such good examples. That's why I kept giving such good examples where he was just like, he had no point. He had no choice but to run away from what I was saying, because my examples were too good. Like, there would be no way to actually refute what talking points I was giving. My brain is just wired differently, where like I'm able to draw conclusions from, I'm able to put things together and kind of link things together in a thought process that like most people aren't thinking of. But I don't know how it get this far. This needs to be studied. Well, I mean, they were killing all the women and the children. So obviously they were upset over the fact that women could create life, and the fact that they were pretty much used as being discarded. And I also think that, I don't know, maybe on an epigenetic level, this is the reason why men get so mad when women file for divorce, because it's reminding them when they were used as meat shields and they were being used as being disposable. I mean, based off of how the current world looks, we've always kind of seen men as disposable, you know? We think we're going to get something, and then we don't get that, and then we don't get what we want, and then boom, we get rid of it. That's why I agree with him when I was like, yeah, women are fickle. Women are fickle based off of what you all are selling. And then when you don't perform based off of what you're selling, you're going to get discarded. A job is not going to keep you while you're underperforming. A job is not going to keep you while you are not meeting your job requirements. Like, that's just not the world that we live in. So at the end of the day, that's just life. You have great pattern recognition. Thank you. He got mad. He had a destitute. It's in their nature to scam. I live in DC. Too many males here. They are emboldened to do wrong. Us women need to have more scamming us. Listen, I'm telling you, I was just thinking about it, and it's like, I'll never understand women who, when their man is cheating, they go after the woman. Like, that's top tier pick me. That's top tier brainwashing. Because I've always gotten close with the girl that got cheated, that got cheated with. Yeah, and if you get really close with the girl, you all can plot to sabotage the man. You all can plot together. It's like a trauma bond, essentially. It's like a trauma bond that you have with the girl. And so pretty much what you do is you just tell the girl all of the things about him, and, you know, tell him, well, girl, I mean, his drawers, they got doo-doo. He got old doo-doo on his drawers, and he be farting in his sleep. It be smelling like rotten eggs. And, you know, yeah, girl, he had a few times the car got declined when we went out on a date. You just start exposing all the tea. That way she won't even want him no more. She don't even want him no more. And then y'all start hanging out. Girl, let's go get a drink. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And then he gonna be asked out. He gonna be like, what? Now you done lost 2 women. Because I done turned her off of you. That's really what I be doing, though. That's like legit what I be doing. And guess what? Y'all could even team up, and y'all have the woman that he cheated on you with, have her go to his house And then have her come in and have her go to his room and be like, wait, hopefully he got a master bedroom. He got a bathroom in his bedroom or something. And he's in the front of the house or something. You sneak in the back. Oh, I'm gonna go in the back, and girl, open up that window and sneak the ex-girlfriend in, the now ex-girlfriend in. Child, you wanna know how much damage you could do to that man's house? You wanna know how many things you could pickpocket, you could take out of that man's house? You ain't even gotta take nothing. You ain't even gotta take nothing of value. You just take things that will make his life more difficult. So take all his shoes, take his left shoe. Take his left shoe for every pair of shoes. Take his toothbrush. Now he got to go to work with funky breath. He ain't going to be able to get no bitches now. I'm diabolical, okay? Right. Do shit that will literally make his life very, very difficult. Don't even take the controller. Just cut it. Leave the controller there and just cut it. So that way, every time he's looking at the controller, he knows it's there. And then when he's ready to play the controller, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" You need to give him a delayed reaction. Put Rogaine in his shampoo. If he got a receding hair, especially if he got a receding hairline already, put not Rogaine, put Nair in his shampoo if he got a receding hairline. He gonna be like, oh my God, what happened? He went from bald into bald immediately. See, this why these men, I'm telling you, these men don't fuck with me. I tell them right away, I'm like, don't fuck with me. Don't do it. I'm crazy. I will remind you. You will always be reminded that you've done something to me. I literally tell them that from the very beginning. Or fill his cover his suede boots with baby oil. You're going to discolor the fuck out of his suede boots, and he'll never be able to get the oil out. Put apple juice in his Crown bottle. No, you got to put tea. Apple juice is too light. You got to put some tea in there, like some black tea. So he really think it's crown in there. Put some black tea in there. Like I said before, y'all, I'm diabolical. These men already know. These men already know not to fuck with me. And I'm a Gemini moon. So, yep, I'm a Gemini moon. My ex would mimic my personality and way of loving him back to me because he didn't know how to show love because he wasn't taught weaponizing competence. Yeah, that's mirroring. So that's a manipulation tactic that men use. Men don't have an identity. Men don't have a personality. And it's a way to disarm someone. So I always pay attention to this when I go on dates because mirroring naturally disarms a person. So like when I pick up a drink and I see him pick up a drink and then I wait a little bit, and then I, grab my napkin and I, put my napkin down and then I see him doing the same thing. I try to clock about 5 to 6 mirroring motions in a date. Like in an hour-long date, I will clock that many. And then if I'm able to clock 5 or 6 mirroring things in the date, I already know I won't be talking to him again. It won't be a second date. Do y'all even like men for real? Not really. Not really. I mean, they're okay. Like, what you mean by like? You mean like is cousins, like is like brothers, like like what you mean by like? I hate mirroring too. Mirroring is such a fucking rookie manipulative. It's a very rookie manipulation tactic to use. Yeah, men who mirror, I'm like, yeah, you're weak. You're weak. You need to find a new game, especially on the first date. Like, you couldn't at least wait to hold the manipulative tactics a little bit, get a little suspense, warm me up a little bit. And it's like, no, the first date, they're like, they're mirroring you. Oh, the same thing happened to me. The same thing happened to me. And yeah, I do one-on-one consultations. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do them because really everyone seems to be going to Patreon more than the one-on-one consults. So oh yeah, I do have a nice little review from Miss Ilsheva. I appreciate you because I did screenshot it. I did screenshot it. So let me go to that. I think this is it. Yes. Yeah, so this was where did he go? Oh, here we go. So yeah, she had a one-on-one with me and she said, I'm so glad it can be helpful. Here's a testimonial. I booked a consultation with Queen Sovereign because I knew she was the only person who could truly help me with my specific problem. From the very beginning, listening to her was life-changing and incredibly freeing. Her insight not only reinforced my confidence, which was already strong, but elevated it to an entirely new level. I came to seeking a way to break free from my emotionally manipulative man who had me feeling trapped. Queen immediately identified how he had infiltrated my life and exposed the vulnerabilities that allowed him in. Her ability to analyze the situation with such precision and provide exactly the right guidance for my circumstance was nothing short of genius. I know I wouldn't have been able to get to this level of clarity and strategy so easily anywhere else. After just one session, I feel stronger, untouchable, and completely free from the toxic dynamic worth every penny. Thank you, Queen. So yeah, thank you so much for that testimonial. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, I do the one-on-one consultations. I do them on the weekend. But like I said before, I will probably keep them available for only a month. In most cases, I'll probably start having courses. Okay, I probably will start having courses that you guys could just like buy, just to make it easier for you guys, and it'll be available. But yes, very happy to help you ladies and get you guys out of toxic situations. Oh, we have a Dusty. Where's the Dusty? I know, right? Like so many pygmies out there, and they'll like you and stroke your ego. Promise. Why are you still here? I noticed one guy mirroring me. I was like, how sad. If only he knew. What's the red flag with mirroring? Curious. So you kind of have to understand psychology. Okay, this is all psychology. So based off of our brain, based off of evolution, based off of things that make us feel comfortable, there are things that people do. So for example, when that guy got on the chat, not the first guy, the second guy, okay, I disarmed him early because I saw that we had a commonality. Okay, I saw the fact that he must own a coffee shop, and the coffee shop is in Chicago. I used to live in Chicago. So before you have a debate or before you talk to someone about something and like it might be an uncomfortable conversation, you always start by disarming the person at the very, very beginning. Okay. That's the first thing. So what happens is that people feel comfortable with someone that they can relate to, right? We all like relatability. This is why y'all like my content, because it's authentic, right? Everyone likes authenticity. So when someone is mirroring you, it is a natural way to disarm you because they are showing you a reflection of what you are doing. And naturally, that is going to make you more calm, make you more trusting, and disarm you. So that is the tactic of mirroring. And the tactic does work very well. Listen, we live in a world of play or be played. Okay. I know Shira 7 says, why play fair in an unfair world? I always like to say, play or be played. You know, would you rather be prey, or would you rather be prey, or would you rather be the one that's actually out here chewing motherfuckers up and being a straight up dog out here? You know, I don't want to be prey. I don't want to be a victim. I want to be a dog. I want to be the one that is running after the prey and hunting my prey down. I don't want to be prey. So at the end of the day, it really is a dog eat dog world, and it's either play or be played. Like if you're going to be dealing with men and you're going to be having these dynamics, even in the workplace, you have to use these tactics. You do. How do y'all think the person that is like real buddy with the boss, how do you think they're able to be buddy with the boss? They're over here using all types of manipulative tactics to be buddy with the boss. That way they get the promotion. That way they get the schedule that they want. That way they get a raise. They're being manipulative to the boss. So these are all different types of, these are tactics that you will be able to use. I feel like they're coming up with new tactics now, though. Honestly, this is really what I feel. Okay. You have to realize what's out there. You know what I mean? You have to realize the information that men are taking in. And essentially you have to ask yourself, if I was a man, what information would I need to make a woman fall in love with me? And so guess what? All you have to do is ask yourself, okay, how do I make myself fall in love with me? See, the women who don't get manipulated are the women that love themselves, don't get manipulated. Don't get manipulated, because all men are doing, the way that men are able to manipulate you is that they're able to find your weak spot in your vulnerability. So every point where you're lacking loving yourself, that's where they're going to insert themselves. That's where they're going to insert themselves. So for instance, someone said negging. Negging won't bother me. Negging won't bother me because I don't need your opinion. I don't care about what you have to say. Your opinion is irrelevant. Unless you're doing better than me, unless you got a life that I want, unless you've achieved the same or more than what I've achieved, I don't give a fuck. Most men who are negging, most men who try to humble you, they don't have a fraction of what you have. That's why they're trying to humble you. That's why they're negging you, because they want you to think less of yourself. And this is the reason why when you are a woman who is well accomplished and you're beautiful and you have your shit together, you cannot sit here and be humble and be modest. And men do this with compliments. The worst thing you could do as a woman when a man gives you a compliment is to downplay the compliment. I can spot an insecure man just based off how he receives a compliment. When I compliment a man and he downplays the compliment, he's insecure. Always remember that. Always remember that. And then if he takes your compliment and then he says like, oh, well, I know. Everybody says that. Insecure. when you are undercutting something or over exaggerating something, that's you trying to compensate. Always remember that. The sweet spot is all in the middle. When someone gives you a compliment, thank you. That's it. That's all you ever have to say. Thank you. Not, oh, you shouldn't have. No. Me, little old me. No. And then, oh, you look nice today. Oh, thank you. I always look like this. Child, I be putting that shit on. No. Arrogant. Trying to overcompensate. Yes, thank you for saying. Now, if you really want to turn on your dust repellent, you know what I mean? When you got a dusty complimenting you, then yeah, you be arrogant as fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, I bet you. Yeah, I know you can't afford it though. That's a nice coat. Oh yeah, this old thing, this old $2,400 thing. Thank you. Had to dust this off out of my collection. Yeah, when you're trying to get the dust bunnies away, then yeah, you overcompensate and you be arrogant as fuck to show them and prove to them that they can't afford you. And you can do this. The reason why Dusties don't come to me, the reasons why Dusties don't come to me in public is because everything screams bougie about me. Everything screams bougie about me. Even the way you wear your purse. So me, I like top handle purses. You want to know why I like top handle purses? Let me show y'all a picture. Let me show y'all a picture that I took. This was back in November. Thank you for the Cash App, by the way. I don't know if she's still on here, but thank you, Dina. So let me show y'all a picture. I took this picture at the Louis Vuitton store in New York City, right? And let me tell y'all something. Dusties ain't, I'm telling you, a Dusty ain't never going to pay attention to you when you look like this. Never. Wait, I got smudges on here. As a matter of fact, hold on. I want to send it to my phone so you can actually see up close and personal. Because these are actually really good pictures. But this is an example. I really want to show you all how this is an example of how to keep these Dusties away from you. So I like a top handle bag. And the reason why I like a top handle bag is because when you wear a bag like this, it just screams dust repellent. And you never make eye contact. When I am walking, I don't care if it is a group of 6 people piled up next to one another walking. I will not move out the way. I will not move out the way. I don't make eye contact with these people. They get the fuck out of my way. Every time. Don't ever make eye contact. I don't care if it's an army of men coming at you. You never make eye contact. You look at tunnel vision ahead of you. So yeah, I love carrying a top handle bag because I tend to wear it like this. I do. I tend to wear it like this. And then that Dusty was mad because I have a ring. I have a ring on my finger, and like it is a nice ring. Like I did pay like a decent amount of money for it or whatever. But this is my dust repellent ring. This is really my male repellent ring. Because they will think I'm married, and people will be like, "Oh, how long have you been married for?" Blah, blah, blah. They will already assume that I'm married. So then that gets the dust bunnies away too. And especially when it's cold outside, I always wear a long coat. Always wear a long coat. Unless I'm wearing like sportswear, but even then the shorter coat has like gold detail on it and things like that. there's just ways that you can like style yourself to make sure that like a Dusty never comes up to you, because child, they don't approach your girl. Okay, they don't approach your girl at all. Okay, they stay far away from me. And that outfit, this outfit was from Express. Actually, all of this was from Express. The top, the skirt, and the jacket were all from Express. And then just because the outfit was so boring, like when I say boring, I mean like kind of color blocky or whatever. Hold on. Oh, I just paired them with like some really cute snake boots. Boots that I had to retire because the heel broke on them. Not the heel, but like the stiletto point, it came apart, and I tried to replace it. Yeah, I tried to replace the little stiletto point, but it didn't work. And so I ended up having to get rid of those. But I shop at Express and Zara. Those are like pretty much the two main places that I shop, because the clothing there is very like conservative. They do have like some fun prints and stuff like that. It's not conservative, but it's very sophisticated. That's the word I'm looking for. It's the clothing at Zara and Express. I like it because it's very, very sophisticated. And thank you. Yeah, one of my friends, she took the best pictures. Like, she killed it. Like, I was like having a whole photo shoot, but she took the pictures perfect. Very, very nice. So yeah, this was in New York City at their Louis Vuitton, where like it's sort of like the Louis Vuitton like luggage that's like stacked up on one another. Yeah, that's where I took that at. I love Zara, and they actually have pants that touch the ground on me. Oh yeah, that's right, because I think you're tall. You are a tall queen. My sisters drag me out to hood clubs for a girls' night, and I make sure I dress bougie AF so Dusties know good credit only. I'm sorry, but that was funny. It's so true, though. Good credit only, baby. 800 and up, child. And see, I don't ever like going to. If I go to a hood club, I'm only going with my family. Okay, because a lot of them still live in the hood. So we'll go to we'll go to one of them hole in the walls, old head bars or whatever, when they make the drink strong as hell. But aside from that, nah, I don't really go to them parts. Exactly. I hate those clubs. Smells like weed and Hennessy. Nice boots. You killed that outfit. Thank y'all. Thank you. Yeah. And I like the last time okay, so we had a party, right? And the party was like an all black event. So like we wore black. I had this beautiful dress that I wore. Hold on. It was a really, really nice event. And so I was hanging out with my cousins, and like we didn't want the night to end. We wanted to still keep like drinking and all that or whatever. So we ended up leaving, and we ended up going to this bar, this boom boom room bar, the old head bar or whatever. And so this guy, this dusty man, approached me, and I just looked at him like he was fucking crazy. And he was arguing with me. Bring me to the beachiest of beach clubs, please. I'm a beach kid from Florida. Yes. This Dusty was arguing with me about me preferring at the time. Okay. At the time. Me preferring at the time to be in New York City at Chicago, because at the time I really did prefer to be there. And he just kept arguing with me. And I was like, dude, I'm not going to argue with you over my goddamn preference of where I live. Like, this is so stupid. Like, why are we even having a debate over this? Like, I just told you that I just came from New York City and like I'm kind of ready to go back to New York City, and he just wouldn't fucking stop arguing. But we were at this boom boom club and I was dressed like this. What the freak? Hold on. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so it was this really, really nice. It was like a black dress event. And so yeah, like I had on like my black Louboutins and then like this really pretty black dress, and then I got like some black gloves. Yeah, this was over a year ago. The dusty Motown 60 and up be coming out the woodwork at the hood spots. I cannot. It's past your bedtime, sir. Yeah, and their voices be all raspy. Hey, pretty lady. Hey, pretty lady, what you doing? Like, sir, don't you need to be on a breathing machine? Don't you see? Don't you sleep with a CPAP on, sir? And he got his, they be having they silver bling, on. And when I mean silver bling, I'm talking about they stroke bracelet. They got they silver blang on. They stroke bracelet. Let all the lovely ladies know I might be croaking soon. Can I buy you a drink? Sounding like Zap. Y'all remember Zap when he was singing that little tube? He was singing that little tube. Sounding like they on the auto tune. So believe it or not, that dress is from Amazon. That dress was like $60 on Amazon. Very, very, very nice dress. And thank you for the compliments, ladies. Ooh, I don't know what fragrance I wore with that dress, to be honest with you. I have so many fragrances, but it was April. It was April. What was I wearing back then? I probably was wearing Carmina. By Creed. It's like a cherry. It's like a cherry scent. It's kind of close to Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. But that's probably what I wore. Carmina by Creed. That fit is giving man-eater vibes. Girl, you know it. You know it. Gobble, gobble. Let me see. We all were dressed nice, okay? My family on my mom's side, we're bougie, okay? We are bougie. So, it won't do it. Okay. Yeah, so those are all like the male cousins in my family. Ciao. It's because it won't focus. Let me get me out of it and then it'll focus probably. But yeah, those are all the male cousins in my family. And then oh yeah, and then that's my mom. Baddie. That's my mom. But yeah, my mom's side of the family, we're bougie. We're bougie. Dad's side, my dad is bougie. My dad is definitely bougie. When I think of my mom and dad, I definitely think of the Proud Family with Oscar and Trudy, and how Trudy's family was like super smart, and they were so fucking smart that they had a car. The cousin, the little prodigy, or no, the uncle had like a car that you could use your brain to drive the car. That's definitely my mom's side of the family. And then when Oscar's family was pulling up and it was fucking bass, bass rattling in the it's not that bad, honestly. It's not that bad. Not saying that that's bad, but I'm saying it ain't that far over. But my mom's side is definitely like very bougie, very prim, very proper, very etiquette. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, my mom and my dad, they're both very, very beautiful people. They are. They're very, very beautiful people. I've been thinking about getting Lost Cherry. I got the Mon Peggy by YSL Love. I think Lost Cherry is on sale at Nordstrom Rack online. I just seen it on sale on Nordstrom Rack. Let me double check. I'm actually going to double check for you because I kind of did want to get it. I did. I kind of did want to get it, but I was like, I already have Carmina and I'm trying not to multiply things. But I'm pretty for sure you can get it off Nordstrom Rack because I did see it. Let me see. Now let me see the price comparatively because oh yeah, Macy's has it way cheaper and fragrance.net has it even cheaper. It's only $188 on fragrance.net. Your mom looks very classy. Thank you. Why is it like that? Girl, I don't know. I have no idea. But my family on my mom's side, it's mostly women. Like literally those men that you saw on my mom's side, there's only who wasn't there? I think it's only one cousin. I think it's only one cousin, one male cousin that wasn't in the picture. Yeah. In that generation, it was only one male cousin that wasn't in the picture. So five male cousins in that generation. And then in my generation, I think it's only two. It's only two men. My mom's side is definitely matriarchal as hell. My great grandmother had 5 girls. 5 girls. So yeah, I definitely have a strong army of women on my mama's side. I have a couple of Tom Ford Black Orchid and Noir Extreme for men. There's only 2 fragrances that I like by Tom Ford. Well, no, yeah, about 2 fragrances, and that's Lost Cherry and I think it's like Bitter Peach or something like that. Those are really the only 2 fragrances by Tom Ford that I like. Anything else that he has that's like musky or tobacco-y, it's just too much. Lost Cherry smells like straight cherry to me. I don't smell like really any vanilla or anything because I literally was just smelling Tom Ford not too long ago. Smells like straight up cherry. It does. Not like girly cherry. You know what I'm saying? Not like Bath and Body Works cherry, but you're going to smell the cherry first. But yeah. When will you upload on your spiritual channel? Just asking. If I have energy tonight, I'll do it tonight. But for sure, I will be doing, I'm going to do the spiritual channel as upload onlys. And I had an editor reach out to me. So I'm going to be recording and then sending the videos to an editor. They're just evaluating like, you know, what it is that I want and like what style I want for that channel. So this channel, I'll be going on live stream. So this weekend I will be posting on the spiritual channel, but moving forward, it will be upload only and it's going to have like editing and all of that stuff. But this weekend I will be posting on the spiritual channel. I'm going to post on Saturday and Sunday. I just needed a breaky break yesterday because I didn't want to burn myself out or anything like that. But I will be for sure on the spiritual channel this weekend. Okay. So I will be on there Saturday and Sunday. I plan to be on there I'll probably upload at around 2 or 3 o'clock. I like the live streams on here better. I feel like for the spiritual channel, it's just easier to do upload onlys, and then I'll have an editor that will edit everything. My mom is one of 13. Yes, my grandmother had 14 children, so I have a lot of aunts too. Really blessed. Like literally, it's a blessing to be able to have a family of a lot of women. To the women that have a family with a lot of men, my heart goes out to you. And then if there's any like spiritual things or questions that you want me to talk about, please feel free to email me, queensovereignbeing@gmail.com. I can take into account whatever it is that you guys want me to talk about. But this weekend, I'm definitely going to talk about Parthenogenesis. I know that for sure. We'll be talking about Parthenogenesis. And then, yeah, like metaphysical stuff as well, for sure. But y'all, I'm going to close this live out. I had such a good time with you all. Yeah, this was a really, really good live stream. It was really, really fun. I probably will continue, not probably, but I will be doing these live call-ins every Friday. Just because for humor purposes, they're very, very funny. So yeah, I will talk to you lovely Sovereign Sisters later, and take care and have a good weekend. And that's it. That's all. Bye.